think you got to do that.
I think it might be overkill. I don't know. I'm not sure what you have to do, what you don't gotta do, but I don't think you gotta do that.
That's like when like every 8 months that one meme will go around where it's like Facebook is changing their policy laws.
But it's like either way, like you're probably gonna get flagged for stealing it. It's like, come on.
I've never got flagged for stealing
Neither
music,
have
bro. I don't even think.
I have many things where I post that where they use music though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm saying like they would have to shut down Snapchat because there's a million of them. You know what I mean?
oh,
TikTok
just
is
driving,
that.
just driving.
Yeah, like that is that. Music in the back while I'm driving. That's what it is.
Very true. That's very true.
Did you see that Snapchat added a TikTok option?
Yeah, that's why their stock went flying a little while because of that. Because I mean, most people expecting TikTok to just be shut down because no one seems to be buying it.
Listen, bro, I know there's money to make in everything. I'll never buy Snap.
Oh, I'm good.
I'll never buy it, bro.
Yeah.
I think that app is so shitty, bro. I really can't believe that like people are that big on it because it's one of the glitchiest, shittiest apps there is.
I mean, I'm not sure. It seems to be the primary app most people, especially like the younger people, use. It seems like most people use it. You know what I'm saying? So
what else can you use, Steve? That does what Snap does.
Yeah.
Right. There was Vine, and that became Snap, right?
I mean, you can do more like Facebook Messenger now too. But I mean,
I don't know how that is though, right?
I mean, they have the filters and everything now. You know what I'm saying? They pretty much copied everything they did on Messenger.
Yeah, they did.
See my bad.
I just like I always said, I don't know shit about stocks, bro. But I always go back to like I try and think about like, damn, Miss Grant, man. Miss Grant always stays in my mind, and I think about these people that get in on things early, right? I think about like when Android. I know I always do this comparison, but I think that was the big thing. When Android and Apple first came out, like, what do you think is still the separating factor, right? Like, still to this day, what do Apple users always say over Android users, right? And it proves because they are a well-selling phone, right? They're number 3 now. They always say it's the interface, right? It's basically, I don't know if you can say it's the coding. That's what I use from my standpoint of knowledge, but I guess that's not necessarily the right word. It's the interface. Is that right?
Yeah.
It's the fact of the camera. The camera is so much better than the Android, right? The operating, the sliding, everything feels so much smoother. And it's like, I never valued that personally as a tech person until I got older.
From my understanding, I mean, I don't use iPhone, but from my understanding, it's most people like it because it's a very simple interface. It's very simple,
right?
Straightforward.
It's clean.
Android has so much deep customization options and whatnot. It's a way more complex operating system. Dude, you have a lot more functions with it.
I'm an Android user, and I'll tell anybody, like, Apple's definitely, iPhone's definitely cleaner all around. I mean, just as far as the swipe, like when you just swipe on an iPhone, it rolls right to the next side. When you swipe on an Android, it like resets the whole page, basically. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're flipping through flicks.
You're not, because I got a pretty nice Android phone. I mean, my Android phone's 2 years old now.
Like, just watch here. Like, you've used iPhones, right? I mean, you know how it works, right? Like, when you do this, it's nice, right? But I'm telling you, like, even with that though, like, an Apple phone feels smoother with it. They just do, and their camera's probably 3 times better. Yeah, I mean, Android sucks as far as it's not a bad camera, but as far as compared to an iPhone, it's not even close to me.
I'm with you. I think it depends a lot on the phone you're using. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're not using the iPhone equivalent to like a Samsung phone,
that's true. That's true, right? Because
Samsung has an Android has a lot more price entry points.
You're right. You're right about that. I shouldn't judge my $200 phone off of a $1,000 iPhone.
Like I said, like my phone, I have the S8 Plus. It's the Galaxy. 2 years ago, that was the iPhone equivalent. It's a nice phone, It's a very nice phone, And they have even nicer ones. Well, I mean, we
you got a deal. I do remember.
Free. Yeah.
I remember the random free,
bro.
Bro.
Yeah.
I always do that to people, bro. Oh yeah, I do remember. You told me you got a deal because you went there and you bought one for you and Bray, and they give you half off on one.
I do the same thing all day. I'll be at work, and like I'm in charge of like getting like the paper inventory and shit, and what we have on the floor and everything. And I mean, like people come to me and just be like, "Dude, we got this." I'm just back hallway, top shelf. All the way to the left, like we got it right there, And I'll be sitting there. It's like, do we have any of this paper? I'm just like, oh yeah, we have that paper. We have like a bunch of it because 4 years ago someone ordered way too much. For some reason, I just remember that. So
when it comes to like people thing though, like
Something's just sticking in your head though.
Like people, I feel like people like that, you know, like whenever like somebody does that, like I had like there was a moment, you know, with Kay's uncle where it was like he brought up this tequila that he had brought up before, you know, when he was drunk and he was telling us the story behind like this tequila and why he bought it, and like he goes to tell the story again. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember the Sammy Hagar's, you know, tequila and shit. It's like I wasn't trying to like show off my knowledge, and I was just like, you already told me that story is what I was trying to do, you know what I mean? But he was like, he just looked at me and he was like, you remember that? You remember that? It was like, yeah, you know, I remember. I listen to people, you know, like people appreciate that. Like, oh, you remember what I said, you know? It's definitely a value thing. Yeah, you were listening. You were listening,
bro. Like it's whatever we like, we'll reference something either one of us said, and I'll just be like, I'm sure both of us just like, oh shit, you remembered that, dog? Yeah, it's like,
it's so funny how much like we talk so much, you know, even outside of the cast. I'm always telling people like, oh, yeah, me and Steve always talk about that. Oh, yeah, me and Steve talk about that. Yeah,
bro, whenever,
I always have to say that.
I'm talking to people, I'll be like, oh man, yeah, you know, me and my friend Mike were just talking about this the other day. You know,
like, me and Steve always talk about this.
It was like, you know, we literally just talked about that shit. Like, I'd always be like, you know, well, you know, he was saying this, and I was saying this. I'd just be like, well, what do you think? And it's like, well, I never thought about that. You know, it's like it's
that's what you run into a lot, bro. Like that's what you run into a lot.
You know, there's a lot of things that like you'll bring up. I'll be like, I never thought of that. You know, it's like there's plenty of things you bring up where it's like never came to mind. You know?
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah. Well, same thing with everybody, but I feel like a lot of people don't think about like simple shit, like people don't think about solutions. That's what really bothers me. Where it's like I told you before, how much I hate the people that are always like, that's how it is. You know, like I hate that mentality where I'm like, bro, that's how it is because that's how your mind thinks. Like you're allowing it to be like that. No one's trying to make it better.
I remember I saw some shit. It was like it is what it is, but at this point, I don't even know what it is anymore. I'm just like, huh.
I seen
what is it,
dude? I seen a thing that said my homie told me he's going through it. I said go around it. It was like some shit like that. You know what I mean? I was like, yeah, bro.
Yeah, no, 100%, man. Like, I don't know, like, there are some things that, like, you know.
We need green shorts here.
The green shorts? All right, let's go green shorts.
All right.
You mean yellow?
Yeah, yellow. Okay.
Yeah, okay. He looks like a savage.
Not a color guy.
Colorblind here.
Yeah, just the greens.
But I mean, there's not. I kind of lost where we were right there. We were just thinking about. We were talking about things on people. So there are a lot of things that, like, you know, like there are a lot of things that I think about myself. I'm like, an intelligent person would probably think about those things, but I know I'm an intelligent person. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, oh well, an intelligent person would probably do a little more of this or that. I'm just like, whoa. You know, you know, there's those things that, like, you know, everyone kind of lacks doing. That's not nice.
That was nice.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that people like just don't necessarily think about if it's not a problem to them at that moment. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, I feel like the thing is, like, people think about a lot of shit. Oh, let me get this out here. People think about a lot of shit, but they don't think about how to solve things. You know what I mean? Like, I think a lot of people like think about global warming, but they don't think of like a solution to global warming. You know, a lot of people think about like government corruption, but they don't think about like a solution to government corruption.
So I think the thing is, until something is plaguing someone's existence, they're not going to try and figure out how to get around it. You know what I'm saying?
But government corruption is
like if you don't live in poverty, like you won't necessarily understand how someone could work their way out of poverty. You know, you could just easily say like, oh, you get a job, you get promoted, you just get more money, then you get out. Like, you know what I mean? But there's when you're really faced with how to climb over an obstacle, when you're right in front of that wall. I mean, I can think about how to climb this wall all day, but until I'm getting in front of that wall, you know, trying to work on climbing it, you know, it really doesn't. You know what I'm saying? Most people don't even think about how to climb that wall unless there's a wall right in front of that. Is kind of what I'm saying. You know?
I guess for me, I've as I got older, I'm a realist, bro. You know, I mean, I'm optimistic, but I'm a realist too, where I understand like the position I was given in the world is like, it's going to be hard to bounce from. Not saying it's impossible, but like, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be more difficult. Where I'm kind of thinking like generations ahead now, where it's like not so much of like, is that wall in front of me, but like, is that wall going to be in front of my nephew? And if that wall's in front of my nephew, well, then I need to put it down now because I don't want that wall in front of him, you know? So that's how I'm thinking now. Like, why don't these seniors that are in Congress and shit, why don't they think about even their own grandchildren. At the end of the day, you can give your grandchild $10 million from Congress. It's not going to make the world any cooler if that really is an issue. You know what I mean?
I mean, I would say for the simple fact is that, like, their children don't face those same things. You know what I'm saying? Like, normally these people who are in Congress, you know, I mean, their families are already well off, or they come from a family of politicians, or whatever the case may be. You know,
but you can't buy weather.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, there's no, I would say at least, you know, like something substantial. There's nothing really in the face of these people that's really plaguing these people. You know what I'm saying? You have lots of really bad storms, but you don't have coastal flooding yet. You know what I'm saying?
You do have coastal flood. But I get. Sorry. First of all, Steve, I get what you're saying. Yeah, I'm not trying to go against you. I'm not trying to be that guy. Yeah. I get what you're saying, but you get what I'm saying. Like, you do have it, but I guess what you're saying is like it's not right in your face unless you're dealing with it. You definitely don't care about that if you're on 64.
Well, especially when you're in especially when we're talking about the case of like global warming and like, you know, these older politicians were like the effects, the major effects aren't here yet. You see more. We have hotter weather. We have warmer winters. We have more intense storms. But you don't see, like, you know, lots of land being lost to flooding. You don't see, like, you know, catastrophic fatalities going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, nothing that would get government to act. Like, unless, like, you would see, like, fucking Miami disappear off the face of the earth, like, you won't see these motherfuckers budge because it's, it's not a real issue to them.
Here's my thing with that.
The big argument for them is like, well, we spent all this money to combat it, but it doesn't happen. And it's like, well, better safe than sorry, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's here.
I totally get what you're saying. I agree. But like at the same time, I feel like there's the part of it where it's like, people just don't know it. You know what I mean? They just don't know it, where it's like, okay, let's just think about something simple. Like with, Florida, right? You just think about like the coastline in Florida. The Florida coastline erodes every single year. Every single year it erodes back. And every couple of years they re-drench, they re-put that beach out there, they re-put that money out there, right? So if we could say, okay, that's costing the city $100 million every 3 years or something to do that, whatever it is. I'm just throwing numbers out there, right? Mm-hmm. People don't even know that that's a number being spent. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, but when you recognize, oh, we're doing all of this, okay, well, if we did, I'm just going off of if we did solve global warming, then maybe this lowers erosion on everything all around. Like, people want to like where I told you it's all about the money, right, Steve? Think about this.
My bad. I think you had to finish here.
That's not good. That was a finish? Don't tell me that, Steve. I'm hoping we're watching this. I hope we're watching this live. Yeah, no. Oh, it was green? Green chapter. Let's go, Sam. Exactly. Let's go. We're 2 tonight. We are 3 tonight. We're 3 tonight.
At first, I was like, what's going on? It's like,
I thought that was Martin Day on the bottom because last time I watched Martin Day on the bottom. Sorry, I'm sorry, everybody. I'm sorry, but I want to stay focused on my point here.
We're watching the fights, guys. Just to clear it up. We got some UFC fights over here.
If a lot of people knew how much corruption was going on, they'd be more focused on it and more worried about it. You know, it's the same thing I always say. It's like we're so focused on fighting each other that we don't really realize who the enemy is, bro. Yeah. And the enemy is the people putting you in that position. I know it's hard to escape your environment. Like, everybody's a product of their environment, right? But like, you have to be able to figure that out, man. I watched a great movie the other day, and I can't remember the fucking name of it, man. But you know, it showed basically 2 generations of fathers that were growing up in this, you know, gang banging, drug dealing environment.
Yeah.
And they both had kissed their baby and said, you know, he's going to escape from this. It was the grandfather said it to the father said it to the son. All 3 generations ended up doing life, you know, and they're all kissed the baby and said, he's going to escape from this. He's going to be different. And they end up being exactly, you know, what it is. The same exact thing. But once you realize, like, man, is that problem? The problem is out front, right? That's the problem. When somebody's telling you they're going to kill you and they're right out front. They're on 62nd and you're on 63rd right now, or, you know, 63rd and 64th. And you're like, fuck, it's 1 block away and somebody's telling you going to kill you. The reason that somebody's telling you going to kill you, though, is because of the environment itself, you know? And I know you got problems at hand. But if we could just see the bigger picture sometimes, I think we would all kind of come together and focus on the bigger problem at hand, man. We can all have a better life if we stop letting all these people hoard all this money from us and have all of this corruption on us.
It's also weird that, like, I think there needs to be something done about the level between like city to state to federal, because I mean, especially when you have congressmen and senators making laws and they're from different states all over all over the United States. Bitch McConnell is not really giving a fuck what's happening in Baltimore City,
Yeah.
No, but the congressmen here are worried about what's going on in Baltimore City, just like the governor is. But like over in California, they're worried about what's going on in California. The same senators over there, like congressmen over there, they're not worried about what's going on in Baltimore City.
See, the thing is, I think that they all are in the same exact plots. They're all in the same money schemes, man. And at the end of the day, like I always say, when you see those like riots in Baltimore, man, whatever amount of damage you did, someone made more money off of that. Someone made more money than the amount of damage you could ever do. So like that's what it really confuses me with the argument. And when people are like, oh, it's like that's the only way to get back at the system. They benefit from that. Like I said it plenty of times, like every time you see, people running up on the trains and grabbing plasma screen TVs or breaking windows so they can go in and steal shoes or something. Somebody's benefiting from that image, bro. Somebody's benefiting off of that, They want that to be portrayed. There's people, and that's not conspiracy, man.
Nope.
You can look up somebody like George Soros, right?
Yep.
Where George Soros is straight up.
In my mind.
It's proven. It's proven, bro. George Soros funds both sides of all types of wars. You know what I mean? He'll fund the Palestinians, then he'll fund the fucking Jews. He wants them to fight, man. He wants their GDP to stay low, whatever he wants. And if he wants to prop up your GDP or do other things, these people do not care. So, like, that's what I think people don't understand is like how sick people can get. You think about like the sickest person you can think of, you think is that person that did like a school shooting. It's not, bro. It's the George Soros who wants sicker than that. They're like, why would I do a school shooting? I can only kill 20 kids. When I can become, this person and kill hundreds of thousands of people, make billions of dollars.
I think the biggest thing that when I think about things like this, I think about people like Jeffrey Epstein, where like, what did he do? He had his own island outside of pretty much any government jurisdiction, secluded so far away from pretty much anyone, where you can do whatever the fuck you want. You have that much money and power. Like, you just bought this place, you own it, you're chilling there, you staff it. People don't ask no fucking questions. You're able to carry out these types of horrendous acts.
And they weren't allowed to even be governed by the closest country. I think it was the Bahamas.
Exactly.
They weren't even allowed to be governed. Yeah.
It's like, and then nothing, like, that country's so poor anyway. It's like, I'm not even sure they have a navy. It's like they may have one or two ships, but they don't have the resources to worry about something like that either, man.
And what's crazy is the fact that, like,
and you bribe the officials.
Let me tell you something I'm learning. There must be something that all of those really wealthy perverts talk about. They talk, bro. And I think they talk about what works best for them. Because what I'm realizing is when you get to the billionaires, bro, every single sexual assault allegation and case, you know what they start with, bro?
What?
Them asking for a massage. It's always them asking for a massage. So I feel like they have like communicated and they're like, look, this is the best way to escape, prosecution or charges is to always ask for a massage. It's funny we brought this up because I actually just got to this 90-minute long doc yesterday on Real Crime YouTube about Harvey Weinstein. And like, that's why I'm bringing this up, because so many of them, because you heard that about Epstein where he asked for massages. Harvey did the same thing. And, he would like tell actresses, he's like, every actress in Hollywood that ever been on the TV, this is how they made it. And basically, would put their hand on his dick and shit. Yeah. And like, he still doesn't believe really that like he's guilty. He's still trying to just do sex treatment. Like, I didn't know all this shit, but he's just trying to do like a year and a half in sex treatment right now. Like, that's what he's fighting for. Basically to be in like a vacation spot in Miami or something, doing sex treatment for 18 months and like believes that's what's going to get him out. But like, they're still fighting it and shit and trying to get him more and more time.
Of course, but he's gonna try.
Dude, how many fucking people you think he fucking molested or fucking sexually assaulted, dude? Did Harvey hit 100 people?
I mean, over the course of like the amount of time that he was in the industry, it has to be
100 people,
yeah. Because I'm
bro.
thinking about all the people that casted with him, all the people that he met. So I mean, enough people for him to have like a rumor about him. I mean, like there was that one I forgot what her name was. Courtney Love, where she was like, hey, Harvey Weinstein invites you back to the room,
and
don't
they
go
ignored
back,
it.
hang with them. So I mean, it has to be enough people for you to get that type of reputation.
Yeah. See, I'm studying these guys. I'm trying to do a character profile on these motherfuckers, bro. And another thing I'm just realizing is like, think about like the people in Hollywood, right? That have like super good reputations, but you don't necessarily see their face out there doing like charitable contributions or like things like that. Right. So I started thinking about people like that, and I was like, well, who are these people? And I was thinking, like, one that really hits my mind is Tom Hanks, right? Like, Tom Hanks has like this ultimate, like, American image, right? Like, he's like the perfect actor. He's a good guy. He's played in good movies, right?
Yeah.
But you've never actually seen like Tom Hanks's face like out there on the face of something, like speaking for something, or leading something. Like, I don't even know what his charitable contribution is. I don't know what his charity is. I'm sure he has one. But I was thinking about people like that. And then I was thinking about like people like Will Smith, right? Where you see a guy like that where it's like he's involved in so many things, LeBron James. And I was thinking like there's a part of me that believes like maybe those are like good people that made it to the top. And you see them doing things, right? Like they're not changing the world necessarily overnight, but like you see LeBron building a school. You see LeBron out there speaking against shit. You see Will Smith. You see Leonardo DiCaprio speaking against things. You see guys like that. And then you see these certain guys that like you don't see. Like think about this even with Bill Cosby, bro. Like name Bill Cosby's charity, bro. You know what I mean?
I think a lot of it has to do with the power you have to go against the grain. I think LeBron would have that power. Will Smith would have that power. Leonardo DiCaprio would have that power.
Tom Hanks would have that power, right? Tom
Hanks would have that power, yeah.
Okay, but Tom Hanks, bro, has been caught up in some sketchy shit. Like, first of all, he stays on the Epstein logs. Let's get that out the way. That could be whatever you want to say it is. But let's go into fact. Like, that doc I was watching yesterday, bro. That was legit. So they got him and Meryl Streep. You know her?
Yeah.
They got both of them, right? In the interview, and the interview's asking Meryl Streep these questions, and then eventually she asked, well, she's like, well, you guys had to know this was going on, right? Like, this was a known thing. And she sits there and she's like, does this face like, and then Tom Hanks steps in, bro. And he like goes on this long, like, the PC answer. You know what I mean? Of like,
I'm just probably saying some shit.
There's bad people. Bad people do bad things everywhere, blah, blah, blah. Just why would Tom Hanks even step in right there on that question? Why wouldn't he let Meryl Streep speak for herself and what she believed?
Just for him to say some shit? I don't know, I mean, because I'm like, those answers are really odd when you have those extremely scripted ones, especially the ones that don't answer a question at hand. It's kind of just like jabberjawing to kind of get by. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think about it all the time where like I see people who do these things, and I wonder if it's all scripted and 100% set up. You know what I'm saying?
You don't know, right?
Like that drama going on between so and so, is that all real or is that just scripted for like bullshit?
So we're showing real crime, Harvey Weinstein. 1 hour, 6 minutes in, Meryl Streep and Tom Hanks. You get the point.
Yeah. She even looked at it and was just like,
was that not weird, Steve?
That was 100% weird.
You're a fellow that believes where there's smoke, there's fire, right? You know when something's weird, there usually is something weird.
And that was weird. That was 100% weird on Tom
And you heard the question, right?
Yeah, you had to know something was going on.
You had to know something was going on.
And it caught Meryl Streep off guard. It really did.
That's what she does.
Man, she looks at Tom Hanks. And she looks towards Tom Hanks. I'm just like, I don't know what you want. I mean, he stepped in, I guess, saved her ass, because, I mean, they had to have known, especially Meryl Streep. They were that high
When has Tom Hanks stepped in to save anyone? When have you ever heard about Tom Hanks saving anyone, bro? Saving Private Ryan? Because he don't do it in real life. And I'm not trying to, get off on this crazy conspiracy, but, I just was thinking about that, bro, of, these people that have these good images and you don't really see them. And that little shit like that is weird, man. And that doesn't mean you like kids. But I think there's something that you're doing. I think there's something you're into, bro. I do.
I definitely do think it's odd. And, especially looking from the outside in, you only have so much to go off of. And you don't know what's really happening behind these closed doors. But, you have the high-ranking people there, the people with power. You have the stories coming out of, multiple people in this industry. Roman Polanski, Harvey Weinstein, Bill Cosby. I'm sure there's plenty of others I can't think of right now. The other people participating at that level, and have to know, right? You know what I'm saying? You have to know what's going on inside them circles.
So I've been thinking about solutions, bro. This is what I've been trying to do, right? I'm trying to come up with solutions. So here's what I've been thinking, right? I was like, what if we make all sexual harassment cases, rape, child molestation, sexual assault, whatever it is, right? What if we made it to where it could never just be a cash settlement, right? No matter any times that those rule in the court, if they are a verdict given by a jury guilty, then it can never just be settled with cash. Because you know how people say this, right? They say these women are coming forward just for the money, right?
Yeah.
So I wanted to get to the point where it's like, okay, well, if this is ever brought up, it has to lead to a guilty verdict. And if so, then that person has to be prosecuted other than just a fine. Because I still want them to receive money, but other than just a fine. They have to do jail time, whatever it is. They're probably not going to do jail time, probation, community service, whatever it is, give it to them. There has to be some other settlement because you look at guys like Greg Hardy, where he settled twice, where it's settled out of court. You know what I mean? Or witness didn't show up.
Yeah.
What the fuck's going on here? We're allowing money basically to get people off with these two. Weinstein or Cosby, even if they're found guilty, they shouldn't be able to say, here's $3 million. You know what I mean? So I'm found, Epstein. Epstein was found guilty. Got no punishment. It was 11 months probation. He was allowed to go, you know what I mean? And a little tiny fine or something like that.
Second time being caught.
I'm talking about the first time when he got caught originally. The first time he got caught originally, bro, I told you the story of that. It was sketchy where it's they made basically a backdoor deal with the state, or the Fed, the defense did, Epstein's defense.
Happens all day, man. Happens all day.
Well, he did it the day of the trial. So they ended up getting 11 months probation. I think he had to pay something. I'm not exactly sure what else, but it was nothing basically. He walked out of there basically with his money. You know what I mean? He walked out because he was able to have that money. I just hired the judge that, I hired not hired the judge, but I hired the attorney that knew the judge that knew, someone on the prosecution or some shit. And I found a deal.
So, I mean, that's the one thing with, the plea bargains and the amount of power that the state has to make deals with people. The power, it is there. And for some reason, we know because they're lining the pockets of these people, to have these type of things taken in their favor. They get special treatment because of the high profile cases that, the media attention that it brings in. And it's completely unfair when they need to be processed by the same system, that anyone else is susceptible to. Why is it they're getting the special treatment?
They say no one's above the law, but it is.
Exactly. 100%.
The bail system alone explains above the law. You know what I mean?
People that got my other where they go and serve their jail time on the weekends. and then they're out 5 days out of the week, and then they're in jail on the weekends. Like
I'm saying, you give a billionaire a bail, he can pay it. No matter what you do, he can pay it.
Is that what they're worried about, though?
What I'm saying is he's free. You know what I mean? So why does the bail even exist? Like, if you know someone is expected of heinous crimes like that, why would they ever be allowed to spend enough money to get out?
Yeah, we're the only country with a cash bail system.
Only country? Wow. That's crazy, ain't it?
It's a very it's a system that's criticized, because it's a completely unfair system.
Right, because here's my thing. You look at little things like Dog the Bounty Hunter. Remember him? Dog the Bounty Hunter was a real bounty hunter that really was arresting people in Hawaii, right? And then he gets caught dropping M-bombs on the phone and gets everything canceled. Okay, well, we just proved he has racism in him, right? Okay, well, he was arresting people. He was making arrests, basically. He was a bounty hunter, and we proved he had racism to him.
Yeah.
So that's an issue, right? So, like, to me, every arrest he made is then asterisk to it. Because I don't know what intentions he had behind it.
Yeah, and I mean, and back to the cash bail system. You then have a system which profits off that, which is the bail bonds people.
Yeah,
where you put up crazy amounts of collateral just so you can get this person out. It's like a
houses.
It's a cash for a life type of system. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. Like there are people out there who are advocating for it to change, but I don't think you see mass reform coming anytime soon. And you see this cash bail system continuing on. And I mean, the simple thing to do, is I think it's like you just hold people. If it's for violent crimes, if it's for non-violent crimes, it's like.
Yeah, I think pretty much any nonviolent crime, right?
And
then but you also have your levels of nonviolent crime that you don't get allowed on. Like, you could rob a bank without a gun, you know what I mean, and get caught. You still ain't getting out on bail.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that should be levels to
exactly. Yeah, which is what they have. You know what I'm saying? We're like, it's like if you have I believe burglaries, like you just like you break in and steal shit, but like robbery is
it sounds like an Andrew Yang thing. I also believe that felons should be able to vote. And I know I had the opposite argument with Gary that one time, but at the end of the day, I don't believe child molesters and shit should be able to vote. But I was just trying to make a point that day, I think that at the end of the day, that's why I was saying that, like, I don't think child molesters should be out into society. So that's why they wouldn't even get a chance to vote. They would never get freed.
Yeah.
But I think any free man should be able to vote. And it's weird that felons can't vote, because there's plenty of felons that own businesses now.
Yeah, plenty of them that turn their life around.
There's a YouTube page called I Was a Teenage Felon. If anybody wants to check that out, it's actually pretty cool. It shows you like plenty of successful people that just fucked up when they were a kid.
And they should be able to vote.
And they should be able to vote.
The most vet, What are your predictions for the night for the fights?
Okay. In the boxing, I'm gonna go Bodu Jack versus anyone. Bodu Jack. The problem is, let's see where we're at on some boxing. First, let's do some predictions. Bodu Jack should beat up whoever they bring in here. But let me tell you about Bodu Jack, right? Bodu Jack is like one of the most robbed mans in boxing. So if you look at his shit, he has a couple extra losses. He's got a couple draws, I believe. And it's just been shitty decisions where, like, not shitty, but like real close fights where you thought Jack won and he got robbed. And so he'll probably beat up whoever comes on there. Robinson versus Paul. And you can say what you want about Paul. They really do got money, and they hire the best trainers, and they've been training for a couple years now. And Paul's a big boy. So I think Paul beats Robinson. And then on that last fight, it's weird because you don't know how it's going to go, like what technically the rules are. It's been all over the place.
Yeah, yep.
I want to say that Roy wins that fight.
I was geeking when I forgot who sent it in the chat, but I remember it was the rules, the facts we know about the fight. It was like, if he gets knocked out, the fight's over. Or like,
but then I heard none of that's true. So,
but then I remember number 6 was like Israel Adesanya will be commentating.
That's crazy.
It's like, well, that's a random fight fact to include on that list. It's like it's just hella random. But I mean, whatever.
Yeah, and I'll tell you one thing that I did learn was Mike Tyson's last exhibition bout. He did drop the guy in the first round. I don't know what to take from that. I don't know if he'll do that to Roy Jones.
So, I think in this fight, you'll see somewhat like a sparring match. Like, I I don't see them going. Like, I just think a lot of it leading up to this point was just like marketing. I mean, I think people know who Mike Tyson is, but I mean, I think at this point in his life, I think it's still in him, but I think I don't think we'll see the monster Mike that people are expecting. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't think we'll see him come out and like murder this guy. Like,
I know, 'cause activity matters, and like Roy fought 3 years ago, man. Tyson fought like 10 years ago. I'm good.
Yeah, so I mean, I really don't know what to expect from this fight. I mean, like just like the others, the ones where like you had like that one YouTuber KSI and the other Paul brother fight him. I mean, like that. I mean, that was like a fight, but like,
Isn't it weird how like much interest this drew though? Like that's what's weird. Like I wish they wouldn't lie.
bro,
Like just tell us what it is. If it is an exhibition match, bro, we'll still be here watching Tyson and Jones exhibition.
I think all this was kicked off by Mayweather McGregor, bro. But they just started throwing all these weird boxing matches out there after that.
Well, they realized it could sell, yeah, I guess.
Exactly, man.
So the weird thing is, I don't know if you know, but there's a story. There's a story behind this, right? Is the fact that like, all right, I'm about to give you some real boxing knowledge, bro. A breakdown of what happened, okay?
For what fighters?
For Tyson and Jones,
okay,
right? You know about Tyson mainly, right? So I ain't got to get too much into him. I'm gonna break down what happened to Jones, right? Here's the basic consensus among the boxing community.
From what he said,
I'm gonna tell you a lot, right? So basically, Jones is like a prodigy, right? Like he's like
Bodu Jack.
This is Bodu, right?
Here we go.
So like, so look, he lost a split decision. So that means one judgment thought he won. You see what I mean? Like it's always like that with this guy. So what happened, right? Is like Roy is like he's a goat, right? The crazy thing is, he says he learned all his technique from chickens. He realized how the chicken that never lost, the rooster that never lost a fight, how he carried himself outside of when he was fighting. And he said he mimicked that style among his fighting style, right? So it's crazy to think about this little farm boy that like learned from these chickens how to act and like how to be an alpha, right?
So I mean,
the crazy thing is, right? Like so Roy's dad.
What's up, Kendall?
Hey, Kendall. Roy's dad brought him up, right? And Roy's dad was a great mind too. Eventually, them two had to go their separate ways. So before all that, I'm giving you the whole story on Roy. Roy goes to the Olympics, right? Like I said, Roy's a prodigy. Everybody didn't think Roy would be good because he doesn't throw jabs. Roy's jab was a left hook. He never hardly threw the jab. He never hardly went to the body. Head style, left hook the lead. He a lot of times left his hands down. That's why he got worse as he got older, because his reflexes left him. When he had the reflexes, nobody could touch him. He went to the Olympics. He fought this Korean boy in Korea. So when the Olympics were there, he fucked this boy up. He ended up losing. They robbed him on the scores, bro, and the gold medal. So he ended up getting the silver, and they gave the Korean the gold, right? So Roy goes in the backstage after the fight to that Asian guy that beat him, and he got his gloves off, and he says, "You think you beat me?" And the guy says, "No, I'm sorry. They did that to him." So he leaves. He says, "If that boy said he thought he was going to beat me, I was going to whoop his ass right there." That's how I love Roy. I love Roy, right? It's Roy's his competitor, right? So after that, he goes pro. So he's going up. He's fucking up everybody. Roy got so good, right? Roy was so dominant that, first of all, it's hard for him to get fights. When you're that good, people don't want to fight you. But when he did fight people didn't even want to see him fight like number 3 guy. They didn't even want to see that. They wasn't even interested in that. So Roy had to do things before he even did his fights to make it interesting. It's a very weird time. People like, we don't know about this shit. But like, so Roy Jones would go play like a recorded, televised basketball game for charity, 5-on-5, full game, 4 quarters, everything, and then go fight a fight that night. He had to do shit like that so that like people would even tune in. Right. He was so good, bro. Untouchable, right? So at this point, he's going up in weight as he's getting older. He's fucking everybody up. Him and his dad go their separate ways. They still don't talk to this day, even though he raised them and everything and taught him how to fight. So Roy keeps going up. Roy fights this guy, Antonio Tarver, right? And I believe the first time they fight is at light heavyweight. And he beats Antonio Tarver. After that, it's a close fight, though, right? Yeah. So after that, Roy Jones, bro, who's, is a light heavyweight, has fought lower than that. He goes up to heavyweight, bro, and beats, a good guy and gets a title at heavyweight. So in a span, he goes from like 175 to like 220. After that, everybody's hyping up this Tarver fight again because they think it was close. So he goes back down, cuts 50 pounds after he put this muscle on, bro. Cuts all the way down 50 fucking pounds again, something like that, around that number, to fight Tarver for the second time. It's a historic moment, right? Him and Tarver meeting in the middle of the ring, and Tarver goes, "Any excuses tonight, Roy?" And they back up. They end up fighting in like I think third round, sixth round, something like that. Tarver catches him and knocks Roy out. That's the first time Roy got sparked. And everybody, like, the common belief is because he went up to heavyweight like that, then dropped back down. And like, if you ask him, he's like, I didn't want to fight Tarver for the second time. The fans wanted that. And for him, he was like, I fight anybody that they told me to fight, because nobody went to fight him. So anybody the fans fight it, he was like, I'll fight him. He'll fight anybody. That's why he's fighting Tyson tonight. He's half the size of like Tyson's weight. Like, he's not supposed to be fighting Tyson, but he's that type of guy. Ended up getting knocked out. From there, he still was a great fighter. He beat, plenty of people after that. But over time, he lost on reflexes, and he kept fighting and fighting and fighting. And then all type of people ended up beating him up. And he's been knocked out a few times now in sparks. So it's just funny to see, like, he would be like the consensus greatest of all time had he not done that Antonio Tarver fight, really. Not to say he couldn't have lost another time, like with that fighting style, but that's really what they say fucked him, And he even says that on Joe Rogan podcast. He's like, when I went up to heavyweight from light heavyweight, I didn't put on fat. I put on muscle. So for me to go back down, I had to lose muscle. He's like, I was weak and shit, and he ends up getting caught and knocked out and starched. And from there, it all goes downhill, basically.
Yeah.
It's crazy to hear about him, and when he talks about when he's younger, and he's talking about how much you can learn from animals, man. He's like, just always look at the alpha in the animal and how they carry their self, and you're gonna learn like what you're supposed to do when you're around people, because a lot, like, he's one of them guys, like, just like Tyson, they would say his opponents were beat before they even got in the ring.
Yeah.
They already did, they went and throw a punch, basically. So that's why I love Roy. That's why I love Roy. Yeah,
I like them both.
Yeah,
I like both aspects of them. And what they have going for them.
Yeah,
so.
Like I just said, it's really hard with Tyson because convicted rapist, bro. And I told you it's hard with Tyson because I'm always like, convicted rapist, hang him. And Tyson really does seem like he changed, bro, and he's different. And he credits psychedelics, and it's like, you want to believe it. But it's hard for me. It's hard for me to root for a convicted rapist, 2 years, convicted rapist. I mean,
especially when you still see him come out and like you see him say this crazy shit. When he comes out, somebody who's like, he'll be like on a podcast and like he goes from this one guy to just being like this like angry guy where just like, shut the fuck up. What the fuck are you talking about? Who the fuck are you to tell me? I'm just like, it's just like, you don't know. You know what I'm saying? That could be uncovered.
Do you know which one that was from? Because there was a chopped up one where he did like that, and it wasn't real.
No, it was from that podcast, that same one. It chopped up everyone's reactions, but at one point he was calling this one dude out.
Really?
Yeah,
okay, I watched that
chopped
one.
Up Joe Budden going like, like at one point, he was like, there was one guy who was like, he said something to him about like, oh yeah, like you can't do this in like a boxing ring or something like that. Like tell him Mike like something like he had no place saying and do what he was just like, what are you talking about, bro? Shut the fuck up! I'll fight you right here. It's like it got like uncovered for a second. It was, and that was like a. Like
it's crazy when he talks on there too, and he's just like, all my life I trained for war. I trained to be a warrior. That's all I know is war. He's like, I'm comfortable in the war. I'm not comfortable outside of it.
He's a wild ass fucking.
But everybody, but bro, he's 10,000 people. You know what I mean? He's 10,000 people. He's Achilles. You know what I mean? Like if Mike Tyson was back then, that would be who he was.
Yeah.
He would be that type of. I train for a war. I like that, and that's why I like when you talk about like, oh, would you bet the perfect game? That's why I always talk about that because like there's this part of me that like I like guns, and I'm happy that like a skinny white boy like me could defend myself versus Tyson. But I hate guns because I like this warrior mentality of like you come upon them, you defend yourself, or you get friendship, but you can't trust them. It's like it's like.
Before like the Bronze and like the Iron Age, it's like, even before the Stone Age, where it's like, there is nothing but brute force. It's just like whoever comes out on top.
You can just strangle someone behind a rock.
And then if you were back in a village like that, and Tyson was in that village, he probably would be leading the village.
Oh, you have a chance,
yeah,
brother. He's too big. He's too big. Leave the village. I always think about like the first caveman to die in front of another caveman or woman. You know, like what that was like when they seen like no more life. You know.
Or like what the first time someone.
Isn't it crazy that we think that, but like we don't know?
The first time someone got like mutilated, where like their arm got cut off, and they're just like,
yeah,
that'd be wild.
It's just crazy like that. Like I always thought like a deep conspiracy, but it's crazy that like we just assume stuff like that. Like we just go off of because all science is scientific theory, right? I mean that's what they say, right? Like it's all scientific theory. It's known that they had a bigger brain than us, right? Like they did have a bigger brain, but they had a lower IQ as they say.
Yeah.
But like we don't know that, right? Like we don't know that, Steve. That's what I'm always saying. We don't know that, bro. Like, how do we know when you just like that? Because that's that thing you did is what made me think that. We're just like, It's like, how do you know that they were like, like,
It's weird that like we don't know what happened like that, like back then, man. It's just like,
yeah, but like, see how you just like, not saying you're in the wrong, but like how you just assume it was like, like. That is like, how do you know that that's what they did, bro? That they didn't have a language or they didn't have a sounds or they didn't have some type of like maybe even mental capacity. I know I'm going crazy on that, but like mental capacity of understanding of like movements or something. I don't fucking know.
Well, that's the thing.
But you get what I'm saying?
They did, bro. They definitely did.
Right. So you don't hope that they were like, like you hope that like they try to figure out how to like solve the problem.
We would.
Right? Like, why did this?
Well, I mean, that's how we got here because we solved that problem, bro. We figured it out quickly. When we started, even before we had a written history or language, we were using language, in speech and drawing shit. We were directing people with whatever the fuck we were saying, man. Even if it was, like you said, even if it was just like, like we were able to get that and like do things. Yeah. Or just like, but like,
point seems so simple, bro, right?
Or also like animals of like observation. So like you'd have another human, they'd be like, they'd see you roll this rock, and they'd be like, they'd roll the rock themselves, and it'd be like,
right. I just
do shit like that too.
I guess I never thought about this. I'm just stuck right now because I'm thinking about like pointing, bro. Like pointing seems like so obvious, right? Like why would humans think about all animals? They don't point that we know about. Like they don't point. But pointing seems like the easiest thing that you don't gotta have like a high IQ to be like, if you're trying to tell someone these, you point to it. Like you would think even like a bird could like point its wing, or like a horse would like lead its head or something like point. It seems like that would be such an easy thing for an animal to get to a human, right?
I mean,
you get what I'm saying there?
I don't know. Because I've never seen such a thing. So
I'm
not sure.
But what's stopping like me and a horse from communicating? It's the language barrier, right? Like they can't even produce a sound for me to even understand, and they don't know the language I'm giving them, right? So basically the point of two cavemen, right? You got the point of two cavemen where it's like we're both living and neither one of us know how to talk. We don't have no language. All we can do is make sounds, right? So I'm trying to tell you something, anything, rock, berry, whatever, point. Right? Like, I can't tell you nothing. So it's just like,
well, that's the thing,
I can't tell you beer, right? But I can be like, I can do, Steve, I can't do like this. I mean, that is so simple, right? I never thought about this before, but like that's super simple, bro.
You can train these animals to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
why would I have to train an animal to do that, Steve? Just try and roll with me on this, bro.
No, I'm with you.
There's two like any object like
you gotta think about like a horse that has no conceived information about you at all.
Right. But a horse is not stupid. Right? It's not a dumb animal, right? So it's looking at you and it's trying to tell you something, right? It's trying to tell you, I don't know, people coming that way. Point seems so simple. Like I never noticed it before, but just a horse can't lift one arm, bro, and just be like, why did we think of that? Why did we think? I don't even got to point a finger out, bro. Anything I do like this to, you're going to look at, right? And now we're both on the same page, just like that. We're on the same page, bro. Anything.
Like for a horse, I don't know, man. It's like, those are their feet, it's like, would you think to do that with your feet?
Steve, anything. Your face, right towards it. Do something. Like any animal should know point. I never thought about it. But any animal should know point, bro. Like direction. It's just like that way. It's just this, That seems like something you don't gotta. If we're having a problem, oh my God, it just hit me, bro. Dude, animals don't want to communicate with us. That's the only answer for me, bro, right now. Animals don't want to communicate with us. That is too simple for not one animal to recognize how to point. I mean, you could say like a dog kind of does it, and like you can break an animal to do it. I don't think you can train an animal to do it. You have to give them something, right? Like if I want you to point out to give you a treat, is that train? You know what I mean? That's weird to train you, right? Yeah. I didn't teach you that, you know? It's like I broke you to do that, in my opinion. Like I bribed you to do it.
So I mean,
your kid does your homework. Like you're not always supposed to give him ice cream.
Well, I mean, so like the thing with like dogs, you know, it's like man, it's like it's like the same that works with humans. You know, it's like you're hacking into like a reward system, to reinforce behavior. Huh. That could be used with humans as well.
You know what I'm thinking?
Well as dogs, And
I'm thinking
it can be done with most other animals that like we work with, like horses. You reinforce it. You have treats, man. It's a reinforcement. It's a reward system.
I'm just sitting here and I'm thinking, why do dogs point? Because Ghost does point, bro. Like, I mean, he doesn't point, but he will lift his arm and like if he wants to go outside, he's like trying to insinuate me that way.
Like my dog, he tells me what he
does. Right, but your dog's around you a lot. That's the thing, right? Like you haven't been around a lot of animals for
a horse would bond with a person, and
any animal, right? Any animal you would think.
Because you also as a human have to learn and be with that horse or dog
to understand
its mannerisms. You learn what it's trying to tell you.
I just can't get over how easy point is.
If you had a date with my dog, you might not be sure what he's telling you, but like Gambino comes to me, I'll be like, I know what he wants.
But here's my thing, right? If you were with Ghost for a night, or I was with Gambino for a night, I want him to eat this. Your dog wouldn't come to that, Steve. Your dog wouldn't look at this if I was going like this.
You can smell it.
You know what I mean? So why can't another animal easily just go? I don't know how to say this. I don't know what language you speak. I don't know how to talk like that. But
so, I mean, like
that. I never realized
beyond training. I mean, because you can train birds to do it. You can train dogs to do it. You can train cats to do things like that. You can train rats to find things and point stuff out. There's a multitude of animals you can train to do it. But I think pointing might be a very ape and like a very ape thing to do. You know what I'm saying? Because we have those types of appendages. We have what someone would call arms. Not every animal has arms where it's like other.
Yeah, but they can lift things, bro. But they still can lift things, dude. So like me and you are horses, and we're chilling on the plains, bro. And there's a berry bush 100 yards away, right? And we're sitting here, and you're like, bro, where's that berry bush? You think I'm gonna run just 100 yards for you to show you where that berry bush at? No, I'll just be like, with my hoof. I'll just be like, and however we talk, I would say that one and point. You know what I mean? Even if we couldn't talk, I'd be like.
I mean, I don't know, man. But
it's so simple.
But they don't do it.
It's just crazy simple.
You know what I'm saying? It's a very human thing. I just don't. I mean, like animals. I do believe animals are limited in some capacities. I mean, pointing is probably a very, like I said, ape and human-like thing to do.
I just disagree right now. I just disagree, bro. I'm actually thinking about like what's the simplest thing.
Think about how some of these animals use these types of things. For most people, for most animals, it's just their feet. Birds, their wings, they use those to fly. It's like, I would just tweet and I might fly over there to show you. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. I really don't know. I have no concrete answer. I don't think anyone has a really concrete answer for that. But
okay.
Those are a couple things I would suggest.
Right. Just what I'm saying, just roll me. This will be the end right here, right? Any two species possibly on Earth, right? I guess you can go down to cockroaches if you want. I guess they can't technically point. They would have to show you where, okay? But at most, pretty much any species on Earth, right? Me and you are any species on Earth, bro. And we're just born. What's the first thing me and you do?
We're just born.
We're just born, and we're here.
I mean, we're just born. I mean, like, I don't want to take you too literally. So it's just me and you. We're the first people on Earth. Me and you.
Yeah.
First thing we're doing.
First people on Earth, obviously, are not. Baby.
First thing we're doing. Yeah, exactly. First thing we're doing.
which is funny because it's like, where was you never a baby? So somebody was once never a baby. So time travel is real.
Okay, first the baby.
So you made an adult. Why? You didn't want them to live longer.
You're too high. You're too high. Okay.
That's just weird. Something's not adding up there.
So
but
the
okay,
first thing,
what we did, right?
The first thing, you're probably gonna find food or
but
water.
no. But this is to start right here. Me and you are face to face, right? We're here. Bam. Start. What do you do? What do you do? I'm right here. First time you ever seen anyone? You ever talk? No one. What? What do you do?
I mean, like, I don't think the first thing a human's doing. I mean, they're probably gonna try to think what you would do. You know, I mean, it's the first time there. You have a blank slate. You're probably looking around at shit, and you're probably staying close together because you both look like each other.
Right, you're staying with each other, right? So that means though, I'm not gonna beat around the bush.
You're gonna work some type of communication system.
Exactly, right? So if you're close to each other, we're gonna stay close to each other. We're like, bro, whoa, you know, stay close. Obviously, we're probably the only ones we got. We see other species, right? So we're gonna work on communication, right? So obviously, I don't know what a word is, and I can't say nothing. Literally, what's the next step, Steve?
After the communication system?
After we realize, okay, we need to communicate, and we don't have a language, and we don't know what these sounds are, so I can't just make a sound and tell you, what do I do to show you, Steve?
Kind of teach each other, you know what I'm saying? Kind of work with each other.
I do it, right? Yeah. I point to it.
Yeah.
If I want to tell you, I'm getting hungry, so now we feel growls in our stomach after a while, right? We're hungry for the first time. So we see what you naturally you kind of have what you're supposed to eat in your mind. Ain't that funny? It's like they say with your tongue. Like you can picture any texture, right? And picture putting your tongue on it, and your tongue knows what that texture would be. It's weird. It's weird how it is, but you never actually did that. Like you know what this would feel like, but you never actually put your tongue on it. And you know what that feel like, but you never actually put your tongue on it.
Right, okay. So
you know what I mean? So you kind of just like you want to put your dick in a pussy. You know what I mean? Like it just naturally comes to you. So there's gonna be these things, right? Where you have like an apple, right? So I'm trying to show you that, like, I just ate this apple, and I can't have no language.
I think you want me to say pointing.
I show you. Why do I have to force you to say that? It's the next thing.
The pointing.
It's literally the next thing. I never thought about it before, but it's literally the next thing.
Think about pointing individually. You know what I'm saying?
But it's like I'm trying to show you something. I don't know how to talk to you. It's just like
it's part of something. Apple.
That's literally the next fucking thing, bro. Before we even establish a language, I point.
Did it. Why did animals not do it? I think.
Okay, so we're two zebras, right? And we're like, what the fuck do we eat? And I'll figure out what they eat, and eventually you're like, where'd you eat it? And I'm like, take you to it or point to it.
Start eating shit, you know? I don't know, man. I have no idea. I'm not a zebra, or I don't say zebras.
Do they live so much in a moment they don't even communicate like that? Or I can't even give you survival points because then you'd be eating what I eat.
So I think
I have no health care out here.
I think you just go out there just sniffing shit. There's eating stuff, you know what I mean?
I like that you were talking about how you were talking about like the first person to lose like an arm though. I always say that. I was talking to you about that recently. Like, it like I like to say mangled. It's like you look at these people and like you see people in every day and they're like missing a hand or they're missing an arm or they're missing a leg. You're just like it's like a wounded animal.
You've seen the video recently where that backyard wrestler dude jumps off the turnbuckle and inverts his knees.
Oh my god!
So imagine you're in the middle of the village back in the day. Someone hops up from a tree. They're like, "I see food." It's just like fucking inverts his fucking knees.
And you don't know what the fuck. He
jumps down from the tree.
You just leave.
Like,
Steve, I know it sounds weird, but you're probably gonna eat him tonight, right?
You probably eat him.
First person to die, you probably eat him.
You probably eat him, man. Yep, probably will, man. But then again, we don't know what type of spirituality we have. You know?
Right.
He was a great hunter.
Most likely, I killed you.
It's dishonorable to eat him.
It's weird. You might kill each other.
My son must eat his heart.
Isn't that weird though? You could see that though, right? Where like there could be like first three humans on Earth, and they kill each other. You could see that, right? Where you're all just worried about each other. You're like, I can't go to sleep. You know what I mean? Like, he's the only one. There's not much food. He might want more food. Like, how can I guarantee it? He's not my brother.
Mm-hmm.
He's not my cousin. I don't even know who that guy is. I don't even know how he got here or how I got here. I don't know if I can go to sleep tonight.
So just a little side note, just while I'm thinking about it. There's like this little like comedy musical play I was watching, and they were pretty much it was just this musical about these cavemen people living in this village and what they're doing day to life, and like The one thing I was geeking about was like, they were saying shit like human sayings. So they'd be like, "I'm gonna get out here before shit hits the." It's just, like, think about it, because they're cavemen.
They were impersonating
it. No one has said that saying yet. That's what the kind of the joke was.
I'm confused on what was the show? I thought it was a real show.
There was this comedy musical I was watching.
Oh, okay,
okay. They were cavemen. They were like, oh, we make fire type of deal. You know what I'm saying? So like when they were like so it was, like I said, it was a comedy. So like when they're like scripting and stuff, when they're trying to use like human sayings, and when people were like,
right,
I'm gonna get here before shit hits the. They're just like,
I'm gonna get out of here.
Yeah, exactly.
Isn't it funny? That made me think about Belly, but isn't it funny how like when you're younger, right? You're like, please. And then all of a sudden you get like 25, right? You're our age and you're like, kind of want to see the Nutcracker live. Like if I had a chance to see Nutcracker live, I would go see that live.
Oh, bro, I want to see Hamilton.
I want to see a play, right? But when we were younger, it was like, why the fuck do people go to see a live Shakespeare?
I was the same thing, but like I remember like when we would go, like,
no one has.
It's trying to be cooler than I thought because we saw Nutcracker.
But no one has culture points when they're a kid.
Well, yeah. I mean, like, we all saw Nutcracker. I think you were in the field trip, too, where we went and saw Nutcracker.
I don't know if I was in Nutcracker. Maybe I did.
I'm pretty sure you were there. I think it was Miss Pop's song. Or Miss Vicaris. I have no idea.
I kind of feel I remember.
We went and saw Nutcracker,
It was Miss Pop.
And I remember being there. I'm just like, I remember everyone, we were just all like, it's going to be lame. I remember I was there. I'm just thinking, like, well, it's cooler than I thought.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, this is actually neater. Like,
you prestiged.
Yeah. But I mean, I was also like, I wasn't gonna come out and just be like, well, I like High School Musical now, It's like,
right. But I'm just saying, like, you know how we were younger, it's like so much shit seemed lame, and you get older and like you understand why like someone wants to drink their coffee smoking, a blunt outside on like the swinging chair or something. Like you just understand.
I don't know how you could act like that.
But you never pictured that for yourself when you were 13. You never pictured like that would be what you would like do in the morning, like.
I know somebody that's like they always geek because like. They'll say shit. They'll be like, I'm gonna get out. It's Friday. I'm gonna get off of work. I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna grab a beer. I'm gonna take a bump. And I'm gonna relax. I'm like, you're gonna take a bump to relax?
Here's a perfect example. Country music, bro. When you're younger, you're just like, this is not the shit I want to listen to. Then you get older. You start getting older. You're like. You might not be a country fan, but some of them songs start hitting, bro. Some of them songs start making a little sense. And you're just like, whoa. Now I get why like Johnny Cash was big for like the working class of, the 1970s and shit or whatever it was,
You get why he was big?
Yeah, I get it. Why Elvis Presley sell the most?
That's what they like.
Because he saw a black culture. That's why, bro.
Oh yeah, exactly right. Yeah.
I like that meme. It was like Elvis Presley talking to a black guy, and he's like, "Oh man, can I use your style?" And he's like, "Yeah, man, go ahead, do your thing." And it becomes like the biggest, and he's like, "I'm the king of pop. I'm the king of rock." And then the black guy's like, "You're the king of what?" But that's Elvis Presley's probably, I think he's number one most selling all time, bro.
A lot of people don't know that, man. A lot of people do not know that. Like the roots of like rock and roll and like pop music.
Yeah, but he was like the pop. Like you're talking about somebody bigger than like. I like when people try to do comparisons. That's what I always do when I talk to older people who experienced it. I'm always like, what would you compare it to nowadays? It's like Elvis Presley's bigger than like Justin Bieber. You know what I mean? He's like 10 times bigger than Justin Bieber. I don't think people can even like grasp it.
Yeah. Like I like the '90s fascination with like Rage Against the Machine. Like
yeah, like all them UFC fighters, they were trying to like say RIP to that soccer player.
Maradona.
And like Maradona. The one guy, Lou Thomas, he's a soccer fan too, and he was like this would be like if like GSP died at 60, and I like when people give examples like that when shit I don't know, because I know about him, but like
you just sit there, just like, oh, GSP.
Because he was exactly, but like because I know what GSP is, right? But I'd have to explain that to my nephew.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like you gotta be like, look, bro, this is like you're like, how Lil Peep died? It's like my Lil Peep. You know what I mean?
So your favorite Fortnite character in Fortnite, like
that's my boy.
That skin died.
Dude, you want to talk about listening to a song? Yo, I bumped that song from Lil King Von.
Which one?
Why He Told. Yeah, I bumped that about 20 fucking times in a row yesterday, bro. I seen a comment about King Von that really was something. And I mean, I'm not sitting here to say I was always with King Von. I definitely found out more about him after he died. I'd only heard "Take Her to the O" or something like that.
Yeah.
And
that's the big one.
Yeah, and that's pretty much it. And somebody said he was telling hood stories without telling on people. And I was like, man, that's a good way to put it. Because that's what he's doing in that song. Boy, you look at guys like Bobby Shmurda, right? He's telling a hood story, but he told on people in it, right? And then like YNMF Melly, like he told a true story, but he told on people. Where like King Von had really King Von, exactly. But King Von really did shit. They said he had up to 6 bodies. That's what it was believed he had, 6 bodies. He beat 2, But so like that's what they believed. And he's not out there mentioning enough for the feds to ever book him, And you listen to that song, bro. That song is some real ass shit, man. Where you could tell about like he definitely went through some shit with somebody, and he's telling the story from his own perspective.
But who's this?
This is Rose Clark, and this is Who We Need.
Oh yeah, it's Who We Need.
Oh, that's actually Dumont. This is Dumont. This is the challenger. We need the other person.
She's got baddie too.
She missed weight by 3.5 pounds. So I took a chance and I bet on the other person, hoping that maybe she had a bad weight cut,
And crazy, but I like it.
Oh, sorry, this is Evan Smith. Sorry, this is actually Evan Smith. So this is I'm betting on. Yeah, I thought it was the other person. So I bet on her. I'm hoping for a submission round 1, round 2. Yeah. Hopefully round 1.
Clarify again for those of you just tuning in. We're watching the fights live.
Watching the fights, UFC. Live. Anybody wants to watch it with us?
Tyson Jones.
Checking it out. Tyson Jones, we're going back on. We're going to wait for the co-main on that. Bad Dude Jack, you going. Right after this fight, we'll go watch Nate Rabb.
We're live all night. Just getting that out of the way. For those of you just tuning in, okay? Ruin us. My boy, my dog here.
Straight off a Warzone dub. Right before we got on here, a Warzone dub. My man Steve clutching it up. Yeah. My boy Big playing big, clutching it up.
Bro, but I mean, like, I hate
tell the story.
No, I wasn't gonna tell the story, but the one thing I was gonna talk about was like, when one of those fights we had in that game, just before we went live here when we were all playing Warzone. I remember you guys were pulling up on these guys, and I got a little far ahead, and I was coming around on the backside of them. We were in your boneyard, man. Yeah. And I remember you guys were like fighting them. I'm just like, just hold up. I'm coming behind them. And I can't behind them, bro. I just let pretty much 3 of them up, and just coming from that backside, man, just moving, flanking, just getting shit done. And the same thing in that in the fights we had up in train station before we landed up the way. But I mean, Brian, of course, coming in with his last final clutch kills, the ones that counted. The ones that fucking counted to get steals the victory.
It's those damn angles, man. But just like that, just like how you said right there, I always tell you guys, like, give me time. I'm going up here. Yeah. I'm going to the top. Just give me time. Just like in the train station, right at I know which one you're talking about in the boneyard where we all 3 of us, Brian was dead. It was me, you, and Reek.
Yeah.
And on that one. And we all just did good as shit and all took a different angle into that box. That was a bounty.
Yeah.
And we just cleared that motherfucker. Then on the train station, remember, you guys kept, or Brian kept getting dropped up there. You guys were fighting up there. You killed, I think you knocked 2 of them up there. And then I got down. I left you guys up there, bro. And when you're leaving your boys, you're making a decision, And that's, I was like, just give me time. I went so we were in the middle part there, bro. I jumped down. I went all the way to the end of train station where the circle was coming and caught the same thing that he took up. I caught that up. But he can't hear it when you guys are still shooting at him. So I just came up right behind him, bro. And when you got that motherfucker and you're just backs and ass shots, bitch. Go to hell. Man. And you see him try to self. That's why I love playing with him sometimes, bro. You see him trying to self, you just come up to him real slow. Just put that gun right in their face. It's fucked up. I had a couple times where people let me get up and then drop me again. That's fucked up.
That last game.
That's fucked up.
The last games we had there. Leading up to this point, I remember we were in that bus.
Yeah.
And then they let you get up. I was like, they let them get up. Yep.
And drop your ass
up. Let your ass up. Yep.
I mean, that was a bad spot for us. Like I said, I liked what you were doing. You were definitely hitting your shots, but I wish you guys just sort of came in that bus and been like, look, if you guys drop in. They were fighting around. We were fighting the hell together for a minute.
I know that they got out, though, and jumped out.
Oh, well, you got to always expect that.
Because we landed the one boy there.
What are they doing that long for it? They're not just going to roll around and let you shoot them.
I didn't see anyone hop out, bro. I didn't see no one hop out.
Okay.
You know
yeah, I was in the bus, so I was just trying to blow that thing up for you guys.
I was trying to go there because it seemed like he had a self, and I was trying to get him. And that's when I was like, oh shit, there's one dude coming in. Like,
we got fucked. Well, we got the dub in the end. You get a dub, you're good for the day. That's what I say. You know what I mean? You get one dub, you're good for the day. You can play as many games you want.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. Like that's what really counts. I mean, it does help you, but that's the thing that I find funny is that like the two other people we play with are so quiet.
Oh
I'm
my god!
screaming the whole time, bro. I'm like literally.
Bro, I was thinking about the other day. I'm like, I'm so thankful that Steve's vocal.
I'm so scream.
Because I swear to God, bro, it's like we literally play, and the whole time, like you would never know these guys are in fights, bro. You would never know. And I know not everybody can do it, but like you got to try and learn to do it, bro. You got to be able to give some type of information. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, the one that like I try and read is that like you know, by their names, it will show who's shooting. So it's just like as soon as I see it, I'll try and get it out. I'm just be like, what's going on? What?
Yeah, well, you shouldn't have to do. But like simple things like where we're like, okay, they're all in this house. And like, you know, Rico charged the bottom of the house, but he doesn't tell nobody he's charging the bottom of the house. Yeah. So if he did it, okay. If that's what you want to do, let's do it, baby. You know what I mean? I'm with it. But if you don't tell nobody, okay, I dropped one, now you get dropped by the other three. Mm-hmm. Now we got to come in there and try and save you. It's like, it creates this epidemic where if you just tell us, we're with you. We got you, Reed. We got you, Brian. Rodney does it too. You know, it's hard. But Rodney, I was trying to tell him, you know, we was getting better with it. Just try and communicate with where the guy's at. It's going to make the game a lot easier for everybody.
I mean, the other thing is that like, when you have a ping system, it's like, bro, ping it, you know? It's like, God damn it. Ping that motherfucker.
Yeah, and it's very easy. They made a ping system great.
Who you got in this fight, man?
I told you I got Ashley. I bet it on Ashley. I think she's going to win. Other girl in the yellow came up 3.5 pounds over the limit. So I'm hoping for a hard weight cut. I'm thinking she gasses at some point in this fight. I don't know. It's risky, but I'm trying. We just need a dub. We need a dub.
From yellow, right?
No.
The other one?
Other one.
Gotcha.
She reminds me of that girl, Christy Mack, for some reason, man. You remember her?
I mean, this one,
the porn star? Christy Mack. She got beat up by a UFC fighter named
How did that happen?
You don't hear about this story?
No.
You know Christy Mack?
I can't say I'm familiar with Christy Mack.
The white girl, thick as shit, tatted up, short hair, porn star?
I don't think so, no.
Someone's missing out. Someone's missing out. But bad. Very bad. But let's say she ended up dating this guy that was on the Ultimate Fighter. He fought in the UFC and shit. Damn it, he had a hand grenade tattoo. I forget his fucking name.
She cut already.
Whoa. He's got some type of handgun or some type of shit like that name. And dude, he ended up beating her almost to death, bro. Like beat the fuck out of her, bro.
She got beat up by a dude.
By a UFC fighter, bro.
A dude.
I want to say his name because he's
a woman.
No,
it's a woman UFC fighter. No. Right now. You're talking about a dude.
I forget
I can't say this first round went your way, my friend.
We need some better luck here. Yeah, War Machine was his nickname. So that was the guy. And that was her. Basically, you can see what he did, bro.
War Machine?
Yeah, I mean, he broke her ribs. He did all types of shit, dog. He was serving life and killed himself, I think. He hung himself. Like one of the baddest bitches you could ever see, bro. And tried to kill her, dog.
No. I mean, like.
What are you saying, Steve? I lost that first round?
Yeah.
Why you say that? Because I take down? I didn't see much of it. I can't say.
No, you got a solid cut here.
Cut don't mean nothing. One punch can be a cut. That don't mean nothing.
Oh, yeah.
A jab can be a cut. You know, I seen a heavyweight fight today. Daniel Dubois versus Joe Joyce. I seen it end the 10th round from a jab. He when he was coming in, Dubois was coming in. Joe Joyce, bam, right there like that, dude. He caught him right here. His head didn't go back at all, but he caught him right here, and his fucking eye swelled up on the side, dude, to where he couldn't see, and he had to go down. He wasn't hurt, but he couldn't see, so he had to go down and basically take a 10 count because he cut his fucking eye. Just it wasn't on his eye right here, like he could right here, outside, right here, yo, like it just took his eye, orbital, bro. On a jab, just. Stiff ass jab.
Fucking orbital, man.
Dude, the 250-pound guy jab, that's my haymaker. You know what I mean?
You think your orbitals would be strong?
That's sad when I hear about breaking orbitals, dude. I hate thinking about that.
I mean,
sometimes orbitals break, Steve.
But I mean, like, you think
it's crazy.
Like a really strong part of your skull, you know?
You know what's a strong part? Fucking hand with a haymaker, and now I know every scientific
body weight into it.
I know every scientific way to make this thing as strong as possible.
Body weight into it, bro. That's what it is.
We need a big finish here. We got to put this pressure on this yellow. I'll take anything. 3rd round finish, decision win, whatever we need.
A dub.
UFC people, if anyone wants to watch live.
As I say, don't blow up the street.
Uh-oh, we need this. We need this. That was so ugly and unathletic. Okay. She just over athletic. Oh my God. I feel like Evan Smith had the position and she just didn't have the athleticness, to get back up.
Oh, look.
Uh-oh. Can we get someone to arm? Damn it.
North South?
They say women's MMA is the only time you see an arm bar from guard. So maybe we can get that. What's your prediction for tonight, though, bro? You didn't say. What are you thinking? Tyson?
I'm thinking Tyson.
Just too big?
I mean, he's big. And I mean, does that switch flip on? I don't know. But I mean, like, his training videos are fucking crazy, man. He just looks like a fucking monster. I mean, are they supposed to look like that? I'm sure.
Pads don't hit back. The classic. I just love when he's like, I'm back.
I wonder if there's any dudes that pay women to do this to them, like, wrestle them, and hold them down.
Oh, bro, you can go on porn. It's all over there. It's like BJJ mainly, though. It's like BJJ does black belt, sexy instructor roles with young white honk or some shit.
Like women doing this to dudes and just wrestling them and hold them down and like choking them with their thighs. It has to be something.
She's kind of thick herself. Can't lie about that thickness.
Who's the top of the card on the UFC tonight? Who's this?
Well, I told you they lost about 4 fights now, so the main event's been changed. It's nobody. It's Anthony Smith. People know him, but versus a nobody, Devin Clark. So I'm not gonna sit here and hype you up about it.
What's the big one on December 12th then?
Oh, so that one. That's Figueroa, who's like a young 100. He's the 125-pound beast, knocking people out at 125 pounds, which ain't a common thing. And
he just fixed her top.
Tony Ferguson. Tony Ferguson's on that card, so you get to see the boy fight.
Let the titties come out.
Let them titties show.
Let the titties come out.
Wait for the other fight.
I'm not talking to you. You keep your shirt on, dog. Oh, got a bow on her.
But we got to get out of this position.
Looks tired. I mean, just like not.
But you know what? She's staying in it. And I'm just kind of thinking about the weight cut, and I'm hoping that this bitch gasses, bro. You see how she's trying to put on an outpace like that?
I mean, Yellow's looking good.
But Smith is still here.
That just looks slow, though.
That was so slow, bro. Slow, that looks horribly slow. Tired. That looks dangerously slow. I cannot put any faith in this right now.
Yellow just looks good. Like the looks like she got in the bag. Look, there's no commitment in these strikes.
Well, look, why isn't she striking back, Steve? Right? Look, that's what we want. That's what we want. We want her to keep working like that, She's tired right now. I would like to see Evan Smith go for a takedown, and even if she don't get it, just to make this girl work.
Looks like she's tired too, though.
Well, if you win, we got one way to win right now, bro. It's outworking her.
I know, but I mean,
we're not winning We're not winning the fight, right?
I'm just saying she's tired, man.
What do you tell her right now? What do you tell Black? What do you tell Black Shorts right now?
I'm gonna get back in it,
Come on, you got to give her something. That's not real, man. That's not real.
What do you say, bro? I'm not a fucking cornerman.
No, but you know what I mean? Like, what does she need to do to win this fight, right? Like, the only thing you can really say is you got to keep putting a pace on her. Yeah. You know what I mean? You're not beating her anywhere else. You're not better striking. You're not better wrestling. You're not better jiu-jitsu. Keep a pace on her, and let's hope that weight cut was tough and she breaks next round. I don't know what else to tell you. That's what I'm saying. That's all I got for you.
That's all she got to work.
That's all I got for you right now. Put a pace on.
Just to fight back.
She's just getting embarrassed.
I mean, she's hurt though, man.
She's hurt.
She's hurting her face.
Take it. You got to take it. Go through it. Look at it.
She just looks slow. I think she's too tired. She's way more tired than Yellow.
You think so?
Yeah. Yellow can at least put some oomph in her punches, though.
You take your chances. You take your chances. It's not a guarantee in this game. You got 50 grand and everybody's got a price. You don't choose
hey,
your
she's out there fighting, you know? She's out there fighting.
We're here in the third round, right? We're here in the third round. We're in the fight. Anything can happen.
I mean, my other prediction, I already told you, Nate Robinson is my favorite, you know?
They said 64% of bets on DraftKings. Anybody want DraftKings? No, send me. I'll send you my code link.
What kind of bet on there?
You can't bet nothing with Nate Robinson, but
oh, you can't.
Only in New Jersey, Connecticut, the stats that allow that, because you can allow it's like Nevada. Nevada has sports gambling, but you can't bet on DraftKings on there, like mobile. They don't have mobile sports betting. You get what I'm saying?
You can't do anything.
That's a different thing. You don't have sports betting. So like in Nevada, you have to go to a casino. In Virginia, you have to go. Oh, not Virginia. Like Delaware, you have to go to a casino. Virginia has it. New Jersey has it. So I'm saying, yeah, mobile. And you know who all that's through, Steve? DraftKings. All the mobile, bro. All the mobile betting for all of those places. Any place that has it legal is DraftKings. It's DraftKings Sportsbook.
Do you know what their highest costs were when their earnings came out?
DraftKings? No.
Yeah, marketing.
Yeah.
Marketing, bro. And get into people's hands, man. That's why you see him. I mean, you see him in the UK. Premier League, you'll see him along the little side things. Champions League, you'll see him down there. You see him all over the place, man.
I like how they had no debt. That was my favorite part.
Yellow just looks strong, man.
Well, she came in 3.5. When somebody comes in 3.5 pounds over, you take a chance. You know, it's either bad cut or you stop cutting and you just said, I'm going to come in this bitch healthy.
We never know. So anything can go this way.
We got to get a takedown. I don't think we should be. I think we should go for a takedown.
Anything can go down in 4 minutes.
At this point, I'm saying go for that takedown. Try to get a submission. I don't know what to tell you.
How much do you think they're earning tonight?
Yellow shorts, probably about 20 to come, 20 to win. And I say Evan Smith, probably like 48 to come, 48 to win.
That's so wild, man.
Yeah.
It's that winning purse.
Yeah. But everybody has a chance at 50 grand for a fight of the night, 50 grand for KO tonight, 50 grand performance tonight, 50 grand of submission tonight. So you can make a 50 grand bonus any night.
That's probably why you see those people who are like losing, they start going crazy.
Yeah. You see a lot of people when they win, they're like, 50 G's, Dana. 50. I earned it, you know, because you only choose one. You might have 6 knockouts to choose out of. They're like, hey, Dana.
Now we get a little something out of her, man.
She got to go for a takedown, though, man. I don't see how else we're going to win this. She looks horrible, bro. She's never looked this bad, honestly. I've seen her versus way stiffer competition. But you know one thing? I think it's her first time fighting no fans. And that's a thing.
They feed off that hype.
I mean, what is she hoping she won a round? I don't understand.
Ty getting punched in the face. Oof. A little 2-piece to the face every once in a while.
It's part of the game, Steve. We're going to get punched in the face.
I know, but she's tired of it at this point, man. She's been getting 2-piece so many times. I'll get it. Okay. See, I feel so weird talking about it because I don't know shit about UFC, you know?
No, I mean, that's a good thing, too, though, you know? Like, coming at it with a non-biased perspective of just what you see. Just like if you were watching a street fight. You're just like, oh, why'd that guy go for a takedown when he was fucking rocking that guy? You know, that's how I look at it.
She has some good-looking punches right there, you know?
Roll a fatty for my guy. I rolled a fatty for my guy, Steve.
By this point, man, she's ready to take that 48 Gs and walk.
A lot of them are like that, bro. That's how I came up earlier off a guy.
So I kind of want to fight, you know?
You at least want one MMA fight, right?
Yeah, exactly. I want to get in the ring with somebody.
That's why I think like a lot of them guys accept them fighters versus wrestlers. Because like they know, like, okay, if I get finished, it'd be like a TKO, not like a KO, you know?
Yeah.
I won't get knocked unconscious.
I mean, who wants to get knocked unconscious?
Well, that's the thing like about like Conor McGregor. He's like preserved his value by always just giving up the submission. Instead of getting knocked out. Looks like she's trying to come back here, but with those numbers, I mean, you landed about 15 punches. How could you possibly win this fight?
Put the pressure on, don't stop. Eat them. They're bouncing off you.
At this point, she's hoping for a robbery on the scorecards. You know what I mean? Like, what else are you doing? Wow. Oh, no. This girl's coming hard.
Yeah, she smells the blood.
Man.
Take down.
It's what happens though, you know, when you got this fantasy style. That's what I'm saying. Like if Maryland was legal sports betting, like I could bet on my phone or I could go to a casino, I would never bet on this woman's fight. You know what I mean? I would never touch a woman's fight.
Well, that's because you got
with this DraftKings style, I have this 50 grand. I got to pick the right people. They fuck me. Oh shit! I thought we might have had something, but we didn't. We lost the fight.
That feels much better.
I got a fatty for us.
Might get a little little guy going real quick.
All right, that's it. We're going back. After I'm mad now.
Oh shit! I didn't realize how late it was. So whose fights are on now? What we got going on?
Who's this? Them. Paul and Robinson.
Here we go.
Paul and Robinson. Why would you ever say you were excited for Jake Paul versus Nate Robinson? Yeah. But we're really just excited because it means co-main.
Closer to
Tyson.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right. So you're going Robinson.
I can't lie.
Okay. So here's how we're gonna do it. You're going Robinson. I'm going Jake Paul. Loser's got to chug a whole beer. I like it. I like it.
I got you.
But don't. You're not gonna chug the beer. You're already drinking. Don't you dare try that.
So I'm just gonna sip this beer then.
You got the favorite. You got the favorite.
Nate Robinson?
He's 64% on DraftKings. On DraftKings. If anyone wants to just download the DraftKings app. You can play for free. Many things for free on there.
Bro, I'm all about playing the better whatever the fuck it is.
I would love to just get with DraftKings CEO. Just come hang around me for a day. I was like, bro, look, you could pay me what I make. Ain't much. 40 fucking grand a year, 45 grand, 50 grand if you want, a year. And I'll just go around sponsor, bro. I would push your product.
You should go on you should try and get a job at fucking Barstool, bro.
Pay me in stock.
Barstool at the fucking sports betting division right there, man. Cash in.
Yeah, it's weird.
Your shit, bro.
It's weird. How many people are on YouTube doing MMA predictions? And it's like people that know nothing, bro. And they're like the first ones that pop up. Like there's just not many people that do like straight MMA breakdown for betting predictions, So it's something I've been thinking about doing.
I think it'd be solid, bro. I think people look for shit like that.
Yeah, but at the same time, just like you were saying, how you don't want to talk about that when you're in MMA. Well, it's like I don't want to tell people where to put their money at.
That's what you're just like. I'm not a betting guru or advisor.
I just like what we're doing. Where we got it live, and I'm just like, I like this guy.
So he actually has one win.
Yeah, he fought someone. He fought. I don't know if it's
so weird that they're just fighting Nate Robinson right now.
This is the weirdest thing I've ever seen. It really describes 2020 to the best. Nate Robinson versus Jake Paul. What we got? 8 rounds?
They're about the same height, bro. Nate Robinson looking big.
No, look at the height. They ain't the same height.
But it's not like he's bigger than him by like a lot.
Nate kind of looks like a cocky Roger from Sister.
Man, I'm telling you, bro. There's no fucking way.
You think so? Okay. Let's see.
I never watched this guy box.
Let's see.
I have no idea.
These boys they're not bums, bro. If they're bums, I'd love to hop on the bandwagon and say they're bums. They're not bums.
I have no fucking clue, man.
I think he outworks him. I'll say Jake Paul by decision. Look at that, bro. That's not good.
So he's ready to scoop him. Yeah, but Nate Robinson's a fucking athlete, bro. He knows what he's got to do. He's got to get in. He's got to bury into him, man. Look at him. Look at this guy.
No, bro. This is good.
Look at this guy, man.
I like what I'm seeing. I see a guy leaving his feet. I see a guy that really hasn't been training that good, bro. You see that, bro? That's not technique, bro.
No, that's not technique at all. Paul looks like he's actually in it.
He's in trouble, brother.
In the box.
Robinson is in trouble.
He's gonna get tired, man. He's gonna get tired doing this. Look at this, man. Look at this. What's going on here?
Robinson is in deep trouble.
Square the fuck up, man. This is what I was worried about. Look, so you guys gotta stop wrapping up, man. This is. Oh, Jesus, man. I think the funny thing is that, like, if you're Nate Robinson, I feel like you got a lot to lose here. Right? You know?
Nate Robinson? Nah, you got nothing to lose.
You're a clown, bro. You got
a couple of these if you want them, bro. Pistachios.
You're a clown. I mean, pistachios are fire.
Yeah. They're garlic ones, bro. Oh, salt and pepper. Really good.
Oh, shit, bro.
Yeah, I don't see Robinson. He's not gonna win this fight, and you're gonna have to chug a beer. But what does he have to lose? He's been at the league for years. He ain't even trying the league no more.
Are these farmers market?
I couldn't tell you. Kay's mom gave it to us.
Because they are fire.
They're good.
You don't get those in a bag.
No.
No, you don't. Oh, here we go. This will be the first one.
Well, it's free, you know.
Yeah. No, I hope you pay for this.
Yeah. I'm
not paying for this.
It's funny that this is what it's became, you know? That, like, that this could sell more than, like, a real boxing fight. You know what I mean?
Like, you always told me about the, how boxing is, you know what I'm saying? Like, how, like, tough it is for fights to get set up.
Yeah.
Especially when you're a big name guy, you know? So, I mean, when you have people who are ready to step up and make money on whatever it is, I'd be ready to exploit that just as much as the next guy.
But here's the thing, right? You would definitely watch some celebrity deathmatch type fights. You would definitely watch those.
Yeah, I would.
Like, this is whatever.
Yeah.
But
what celebrity?
Let's say you. Like I was about to tell you, right? Let's say like, fucking. Let's say goddamn Robert De Niro is going against Al Pacino. Let's say that. You would totally watch that boxing match, bro. Mm-hmm. You would watch it. Dave Chappelle fights Joe Rogan in a boxing match. No, that's not competitive. But you still watch it. Right?
I would watch it.
There's really no celebrity. Yeah. Really, any celebrity. Versus any celebrity.
Exactly. Let's get Tom Hanks in that fucking ring. Let's get that guy beat up. You know what I'm saying?
Tom Hanks versus who? DiCaprio?
I always get him mixed up with someone else. What's that guy's name?
You always get DiCaprio mixed up?
No, Tom Hanks. And there's another guy mixed up with him. I can't think of it right now.
Yeah, I'm not sure what you're talking about. Tom Hanks has definitely had some bangers though, man. I definitely can't say he's a bad actor. That's for fucking sure.
No, definitely not, you know. But I'm talking about I want to see him fight somebody. That's all I'm saying, you know.
Who do you want to see him fight?
Fight up against Nicolas Cage. There you go.
Okay. You know who I was thinking? Bill O'Reilly.
I want Bill O'Reilly to fight Mitch McConnell.
That ain't competitive. I got Bill O'Reilly all day.
I thought it was too old, bro. They're way too old.
Nah, bro. Mitch is a fucking turtle.
I see. Go ahead, try again. So we're missing. I want to see your face as you watch your face as you realize you have to chug a beer.
Right now.
As you have to chug a beer. The Fed shut down?
Oh, they always do. But this guy on this site, man, he works.
Crack streams?
He works. He comes right back. That's always wondered, like, what does this guy get out of streaming these fights like that?
I was just thinking, is there a cost to it?
Yeah. I mean, I know, like, they link you to another page.
Ads.
Well, they'll link you to a page that's, like, real betting sites. Like Bovada and shit like that. It'll link you to that page. So it's weird. Like, is he sponsored by that?
He has ads, man.
Is he sponsored by betting sites to show illegal fights? I mean, we paid for ours.
It wouldn't be the worst.
But as far as the illegal ones,
it wouldn't be the worst thing, you know. I'm sure he makes good money too.
Think so?
I mean, like I said, he has ads on the side of that website. Someone has to be paying him for that, right? No matter what sleazy person it is or website it is.
Would you give an old man a hand job for superpowers?
Yeah.
That's one thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. What if I told you, like, you can't choose a superpower? You're going to get a random.
Fine.
You want one, right?
Whatever it is an improvement format.
Right.
It could literally be something as simple as, like, fucking, like, X-ray vision. Like,
simple? That's simple, dude?
It doesn't have to be, bro, it could be anything, man. I could jump
You could grow your nails.
I could jump high. I probably won't trick someone off for the nail growing.
Too late.
But if it's like Sabretooth.
Too late, I bust it.
If it's like Sabretooth, bro, I mean, it's like, it might be pretty cool still.
Okay, what about just like, you can hold your breath for super long.
That's still pretty cool.
Were they?
Yeah, that's still pretty cool. Come on. I mean,
would you sell your soul to be a billionaire?
No.
Would you sell arms?
To be a billionaire? Sell arms?
Would you sell arms to be a billionaire?
You gotta sell guns or sell my actual arms?
Arms. Guns.
Yeah. Bro, I put a lot of thought about into, like, you know, what type of criminal enterprises I would want to.
Would you sell infectious diseases?
As like weapons? Probably not.
Of mass destruction?
No, that's too crazy.
For a bill.
No.
A super yacht, Steve. Steve, a super yacht.
That's crazy though.
What is it? You know what a super yacht is? Yo, it's anything over 32 meters. They build super yachts, right? So I'm reading about this newest super yacht the other day.
Is that a definition of super yacht?
Yeah. So listen to this, right? I'm listening about this super yacht the other day, and this super yacht can dock 2 yachts. Just think about that, bro.
So you're saying that, like, it can have 2 yachts attached to it?
Docked, bro, out of the water.
Not super yachts though.
Not super yachts.
Just regular yachts.
Yeah.
I hate that we live in a world where super yachts are a thing.
That super yacht was $556 million.
Isn't that just like? I mean, I can't lie, bro. You know, like if I had money.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Did he knock me?
It looks like somebody's chugging a beer. I was trying, bro. Is he flat? I told you.
Get knocked the fuck out.
I told you it wasn't looking good.
What just happened, man?
Dude. Did you want to pay $50 for it?
What do you mean?
It's $50 to watch Tyson versus Jones. Look, that's what happened to fucking him. He got knocked out by this white YouTuber. That's what he had to lose.
I want to see the replay, man. Like,
you will. You'll see it 50 times.
That's when they cut out the real shit, you know. They're I cut it now.
Oh, it was round 2, so it happened right away, pretty much.
What?
You know what I always wonder?
The fuck?
Who is the person that shuts the site down for that little bit of time? Like, dude, them people that like have so you make a pay-per-view.
I think they hire their own hackers.
That's what I was thinking. That's exactly what I was thinking, Steve. Like, you do a pay-per-view, you're like, you got to hire a hacking corporation or something to like keep trying to at least reset people and make it hard.
Or just reset the big moments.
That's a good thing we paid for ours.
You reset the big moments like that. That's exactly what you do every day.
But you know what we got now? He only threw 8 punches. He only landed 8 punches and knocked him out, bro.
And what is going on here, man? What's the lighter? See, that's why, like, you know, we're here fresh. I can't take the whole thing straight back. I might have to take a break, but I would kill it.
Oh, I have a hard time chugging a whole one too.
Huh?
I have a damn hard time chugging a whole one. I tell you what, I have fallen kind of in love with them premieres, bro. A little bit less on the throat.
Can we see this again, please? Like, I need to see
Snoop Dogg
the
and
knockout.
Izzy. Snoop Dogg and Izzy are commenting, bro. With fucking Sugar Ray. And that's where we're at.
I mean, I'll pay $50 just for that alone.
Would you?
No. Yeah. 100% a joke, bro.
No.
Come on. Come on now. As long as there's stuff like this, why would I ever pay money for it? You know?
We did pay money for this.
What do you mean? You're not paying no money for this.
YouTube. We paid money for this.
What's the matter for us? Come on now. I just want to. This is why I hate this shit, man.
Who would you like to fight, bro? You do one MMA fight. Who you fighting?
Oh, man.
Why don't you tell me a real person, man?
No, I'm thinking. You know, somebody I want to match up with. You can give me. I'll take on Justin Bieber. Hands down. I'll take him on. Calling him out.
I'm going back like real style, bro. I'm going like arch nemesis. I want Wayne Wolf. I'm calling out Wayne Wolf right now.
Oh, I thought you were talking about celebrities, bro. I was just talking about celebrities.
Don't about anybody. I want Wayne Wolf. 8 rounds. 3 minutes.
It was funny because I saw him one day on my way home from here, man. You know, I'm at the little Kane Street light.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just sitting there. I see this guy waving at me. I'm just like, oh shit, it's Wayne Wolf. So I pull off to that right on Kane Street real quick. I'm just like, hey, what's up? How's it going? We were just talking a little bit. And then he asked me for a ride, of course, shamelessly asked me for a ride. I'm just like, nah, I can't do that for you, man. I'm sorry.
You didn't tell him that, bro?
I was talking about going to Edison, bro. Edison, Bel Air or something. I'm just like, yeah, I'm good.
Oh, my God. He tried to get a ride from you?
Yeah,
That's
I'm
the
good.
worst thing to do.
Yeah, I'm good, man.
He hadn't seen you in all them years and you try and get a ride?
And then he says some, gibberish. And I'm like, what? And he's like, says some more gibberish. I'm just like, what are you talking about, bro? He's like, man, you're weird. And I'm just like, all right,
What
bro.
the
I
hell?
just pull the fuck off, bro. I have no idea what was up with this kid.
You never told me about that, I don't think. That is fucking weird. I'm good.
He was acting super weird, dog, man. I have no idea what the fuck.
After you told him no, pretty much?
Yeah.
He got weird? That's a weird thing to have to say to people, ain't
He's
it?
just talking gibberish, man.
Isn't that weird when people put that on you, though?
What, to, get a ride?
Especially, because you had a car before a lot of people in our group.
Yeah.
So you always had the pressure. I mean, you volunteered a lot, too, but...
I had mine for the people, that I knew. You know what I'm saying? But, someone I used to know. I don't talk to you anymore. You're just like,
Yeah, but certain instances you had, like the one with, across the street here when, the guy asked you to drive you home, drive him home. And it's like, you guys kind of feel like people are abusing it. Even when you used to link at my old crib on Charlotte. Yeah. Remember, you roll out, everybody was like, hey, you can drive me home, drive me home. It's like.
I remember I took Jeff to his Home Depot drug test, and I was all the way over by Lansdowne. We smoked a couple blunts on his way to a drug test. I'm gonna fake it.
Best, ain't it?
I'm gonna fake it, So I mean, I didn't care, bro. I even told when Nebby was still around, I would tell him, just be like, man, you don't use my car to drive a little bit. I'll help you out. I have no problem doing that. I didn't care. I told Kim the same thing. I was like, if you guys want to drive or even use the car to go to your driving test. Or even go to your driving test. My little thing's fucked up, man.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I got messed with it. Yeah, Mario Lopez too. I guess. But I told a lot of people, I was like, if you want to use my shit, I can help you out. I don't mind. I remember I would go pick up Karen from North Avenue. I would drive him home, at the end of the night. We'd take him all the way to North Avenue.
You ever been caught with grass in your car?
Nah, I never even pulled him over.
You never been pulled over?
Never been pulled over. Not once. I never been once pulled over, bro.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's funny because Bray has, because we had a
stereotype it, huh?
We had a taillight out.
Oh yeah, I remember you told me. Yeah,
pulled over for that. Yep. But I've never been pulled over.
They ain't pulled over that easy.
Not a single time. I've been, and that's where I think it worries you because I've gotten a little comfortable sometimes. With I'll just be smoking blunts, chilling, just whatever,
Yeah.
Speeding, all type of shit. I remember when we went to Philadelphia, we went to Life in Color. It was me, you, and I think Kieran, and we were driving. I'm going 95, go up 95, and we're just blowing blunts, listening to music. And we drive by right by the speed trap guy. I mean, everyone was doing 95, but I was just so shook for a quick moment. Oh man, I'm going 95 right now.
I'm seeing you getting it a couple of times, but I'm just like, why is he going this fast?
Blowing blunts. I chill out a lot.
But even when we was going hiking that last time you drove,
Yeah.
You just drove left lane all the way, getting in. I was like, I appreciate it. Don't get me wrong.
Bro, like when when you go 70 and shit, or when you got like a far distance like that, it's like it all depends on the highway. Like 70, the average speed is to go like 90 on that bitch. You know what I'm saying? If you're in that fast lane, that's what you need to be doing. Like 70. On a lot of those country roads, you gotta be doing that type of speed because that's just what the normal is. Maryland's such a weird state because they don't.
But they can pull you over for that high.
Oh yeah,
they can pull you over for 5.
Yep.
They pull you over 5 under.
Yep. But I mean, I'm just gonna do it.
That's what's so weird about watching that audit shit I sent you. Where it's like I didn't know there was like all these people across the country that just go and they record like public buildings and shit. Yeah. And they basically are hoping that a police comes up to them and tells them they can't. And they just like know every law basically. They're
around
like,
that one thing.
This isn't an ID state. So I don't have to give you my ID right away.
Around the one thing.
Yeah, exactly. And they're just like, what have I done? This is public.
Good, bro.
Cheers, dog. Let's see what he got. Chug. You always got to do it. I was waiting to try everything.
So fucking fizzy, bro.
Save it, little girl.
Whatever, bro. I don't give a shit. You can't take a fucking beer. Whatever.
I mean, I can't take a beer neither, but that was pretty weak.
Oh, bro, this is the fizz, bro. It's just hitting the shit out of me.
I went to Urban Air today, bro. I'll tell you what. Anybody goes to Urban Air, Sky Zone's way better, bro. Go to Sky Zone. You enjoy it way more. Everywhere you go, it's like, yeah. So, like, everywhere you go in there, bro, they had so many things closed, and, like, you have to request it. And then if enough people request it, they open it up. But it's weird because, like, they pick and choose, like, what they want to say and, like, what they want to enforce. So, like, there's, like, a point where, like, we're on the trampolines. And, like, there's no one else on the trampolines, bro. There's probably 30 trampolines, and it's just us 3 playing. And, like, they're coming over, and they're just like, oh, you got to go one at a time, We're just like, come on, bro. Come on. Like, yeah. Oh, you had to wear a mask the whole time, bro? It was so fucking hot. I'll never go again, bro. I'll never go again.
Yeah, no.
Never.
Those things are tough. That's why, like, when I was like thinking about like hooping Marik today, I was like, you gotta wear masks because I'm just like,
do you?
I don't know. Do you? Because it was an indoor court, and like they were talking about buying into.
That would be insane.
That's an indoor court, right?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Well, I think you need to have a mask on them.
How can you hoop in a mask?
Find a way. What do we say, bro? I have no idea.
I just don't see. I wouldn't pay to hoop in a mask, bro. There's no way.
Like they're indoor, you have to have a mask, right?
I don't know. You sign a waiver?
I would hate to work there. It's like, oh man. I think you have to wear a mask. Pretty sure, bro. That's the only thing I can think of. Why not?
What a weird time, huh?
And it's gonna be the normal for the foreseeable future. That's the weird thing. I remember, June, I'm like, in December, this shit's gone. We're good. Here we are.
The weird thing is, I look at my little nephew who's a baby. He's about to turn 1 in December. And when he first was born, as he was growing up, the mask scared him. He was scared, and he would always cry. Like, you couldn't really see your face. And, it's hard to tell, like, how people are and shit. And now it's like he's accustomed to the mask, or like you can make him laugh and shit while you got a mask on. And I was like, wow. Like, that's crazy. Like, he's like the first gen mask. He's first gen mask, bro.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? He's first gen mask. What if it never goes away, Steve? He's first gen mask.
I mean, it was a pretty usual thing in China, for a lot of people to wear masks, because of the smog and stuff.
Apparently, that's like when you're sick too. You're supposed to just wear a mask
in
China and like Japan and shit.
I mean, you never know.
Because they're on that subway.
There's that one thing that came out of Denmark, I believe, where like chicken farms are getting ravaged by like a new strain of bird flu.
Wow.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I call it like chicken supplies. I'm just like, oh, don't tell me, man. Don't tell me it's about to make the fucking leap.
And then you just keep hearing that.
Don't tell me it's about to make the fucking leap.
And then you keep hearing that antibiotics, are just getting worse and worse. Like we're getting more and more immune to antibiotics. And you go, what the fuck? How far can this go, bro?
That's the one thing when, like, you convinced me to try out, vegetarianism. And I was reading a bunch of shit.
Pescatarianism.
Pescatarianism, yeah. And I was reading about a bunch of shit, and then the big thing was like it was like 60% of like the antibiotics like sold is to the animal industry or like the agriculture industry. And it's just like, oh my god, like, and that's in the food, so that's, I mean, you're consuming that, that antibiotics and the fucking, all that, you're consuming that, and I mean that's giving you that resistance to that resistant antibiotic resistant bacteria type of shit going on.
That's why, like, I've made it to myself where I'm like, okay, I'm only eating meat if I go and kill it. That's just where I'm at now.
Yeah, because I think I'm like, if I had a homestead, I mean, I probably have like chickens and stuff, but I probably would be killing and raising like farm animals to butcher. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, you probably gotta go out hunting deer, get a deer or two a year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear you, but you might. What if you don't get nothing?
You gotta go out to get something. What can I say?
Yeah, ideally.
Ideally,
yeah.
It also depends how deep you are. Like you're in the like Alaskan type of shit,
isn't it? Like when people have farm animals, they don't name them.
Yep.
So right, so like it's bad. See, here's my thing, right? Like, do I want to kill a farm animal? No, right? But if I'm gonna eat something, I just think at this point I want to be the one to kill it, man. I feel wrong, like I feel weird. I'm not ashamed to say it because it is what it is. But like, I killed my first animal to eat recently. It was a crab. I didn't catch it, but for the first time, I got live crabs, bro, and I steamed them.
Oh yeah.
And it did not feel good. It did not feel good. It was not pleasant. It wasn't something I enjoyed. But it was something where I decided to eat crab. I'm a pescatarian. I eat seafood, I decided to eat crab. Why am I so coward to where I can't be the one to kill it? I think if not, then I shouldn't be a pescatarian. I should be a vegetarian, right? And then I go to, okay, well, if I'm a vegetarian, can I milk a cow? Am I man enough to milk a cow for its milk? Because if not, then I shouldn't be eating cheese.
Yeah, very true.
You know what I mean? That's where I'm at right now, bro. It's like, if I don't think I can do it or that I can stomach it, you know what I mean? Because I'm not saying, like, if we all lived on like a village, right? Everybody wouldn't milk cows, but you would be acceptable to it or whatever it is. Like, if you're not willing to do it, I just don't see how you should be able to enjoy the luxury of it.
Especially when it comes to like the exploitation of these types of animals, And that's the big thing that's like at the center of what like a lot of people argue, and the kind of argument for most people towards that type of thing is simply that they don't care enough to stop doing that one particular thing.
But how many people do you hear, right, where you're like, you talk about like, bro, what are in hot dogs, and they're like, don't tell me. You know what I mean? That's so weird to me. It's like, you don't want to know. What if I told you cancer was in that bitch?
I mean, I hear people. You hear people say all the time, where it's like, oh, I couldn't go without bacon or something. It's like, that's why like I stopped looking for particular alternatives. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to eat a meat substitute all the time.
So have you not eat any of those meats? You haven't ate any meat in what? Have you tried meat?
What's it like? 2 years.
You haven't ate any meat, no beef, chicken.
I've had slip ups. Yeah.
You've had something.
Yeah.
In the process, just like here and there, tried things.
Yeah, but like
Yeah, I've thought about the same thing. Yeah. But I always just make the decision where I'm like, I don't know if I can really eat it. I don't know because like when I did the first time I was vegetarian, I tried to come back, and like the first time I ate pigs in a blanket, and just made me super sick. It probably wasn't the best thing to come back to. But I had thought about trying things.
I don't eat I won't eat like any like red meat. I don't eat pork, but I never did eat pork anyway. For me, it was always like chicken and stuff. Well, chicken, just chicken period. That was it.
Yeah,
but that's about it. And every time I do it, I'm just like, it's like, you didn't need to do that, Well, you didn't need to do that. There's no need for that. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, it's just like.
But you try and stick to a pescatarian diet.
Yeah, I usually eat a bunch of fish. I tell you what, right now, like I'm a huge fish eater.
Uh-huh.
You know,
You
I like having that.
you
Like,
still drink whole milk too, right?
no, I don't drink milk.
Oh, you don't drink whole milk anymore?
No,
What milk you
I
using?
use oat milk. I found a milk I like. And oat milk is what I like.
Yeah, I
And
really like the coconut unsweetened, man.
bro, like,
Not coconut almond, sorry.
I like the almond milk. Like, it's okay, but the oat milk's just like, bro, like, it's just good, bro. Like, I can drink a glass of it. It's just good to me, you know. So I just like the oat milk.
Yeah.
I was never a big milk drinker anyway. Just like I don't use a lot of cheese in my diet either.
You don't? Okay,
But
I like cheese too.
But I mean, like, I do like cheese, you know. But I don't think I have a lot of cheese in my diet, you know. Like, may have egg and cheese for breakfast, but outside of that, other than pizza,
Grilled cheese now?
no.
Pizza though?
Pizza, yeah.
Quesadilla?
I mean, I don't usually, if I go to places like that, I don't order quesadillas. You know, I won't make one at home. Every once in a while I'll do, but like, no, mainly no. You know, I just don't. No, I never was big into that type of thing. Like, you know, like the most dairy like milk I drink is maybe like half and half of my coffee. You know, that's about it. I won't really drink any other milk. I was never big on cereal or like anything like that. But when I do eat cereal now, like, I just use oat milk. Like, oat milk's delicious, bro. Straight up.
I've tried oat milk. I don't think I've tried it.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's the one I usually do is like Oatly. It's pretty good, man. It tastes just like it's for me. It's like it tastes almost. It has like a hint of like oatmeal to it because it's used, you know, the oats.
Yeah,
and it's used. The oats are used to make it. So
I tried them all. Besides, I never tried oat though. I didn't even know it was actually an
bro, I
option.
literally sip oat milk. I'll just be like, bro, I just like sometimes I can't taste the difference.
Everybody hyped up the silk for me, and I tried the silk and I just didn't like it. I tried the silk chocolate, I just didn't like it.
That's how I feel about the almond milk, bro. I really just don't like it.
Wait, have you ever tried the unsweetened though?
Yeah.
Because it just tastes so much better to me unsweetened. Like, it still is more watery than like regular milk. But when I was having the sweet version, like, that shit just ruined everything it touched because it just like was too sweet. You know what I mean?
To me, like, the almond milk just has like a weird. It's really nutty. It really.
Everybody's different. Everybody's different. I haven't tried the oat milk before I judge it. You know.
And I was never big on soy milk.
No, I don't like soy milk. No, soy milk's wet.
It's weird. I mean, oat milk's like.
But
it has a watery consistency to it, but it's
I'll drink
good,
all of those now. I'll drink any 4 of those over cow's tit. However, I'm not going to sit here and be hypocritical. I do still eat cheese that obviously has cow tit milk.
Yeah.
Or I'll eat some ice cream that has cow tit milk. Yeah.
Yeah, and you put in your sandwiches,
right?
You know, all day, 100%, man.
Pizza be so hard to stop.
I do eat sandwiches that have cheese on them, but like, you know, like, I mean, it's just is what it is. You know, I mean. I don't like the cheese replacements either.
That's why I love the idea.
Clean up my diet, you know.
That's why I love the idea of the eco villages, where, but like everybody's in an eco village, bro. You watch any of them documentaries, I guarantee you're gonna see multiple families bring up like one of the best things is that that they share the kitchen. You know, so it's like each family only cooks 2 times a week, and then you have like 3 families.
That was an awesome idea.
That's awesome, bro.
Awesome idea.
You know what I mean? At that point, you're like, you want like an Indian family, an Italian family, a Spanish family. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like,
and like what they were saying, like the guy was explaining, he's like, for 5 days a week, I don't have to worry about feeding myself. That gives me so much more time in the day. Now, we talked about this before. We was on acid. I was like, think about how much time you spend just trying to get food. You know what I mean? You're always there. You got to eat 3 times a day at least. You know what I mean? So it's just time consuming to be able to like, I'm going to always not go get anything fast food. I'm not going to order nothing. I'm going to cook 3 times a day. That's super time consuming.
So you would say you want to start Eco Village?
I don't know if that's what it's called, but yeah. I want to start a neighborhood. I want to start a block, and I want to turn into a city. That's what I've been telling people. I want to start a city, bro. That's what I want to do. But not a city. I shouldn't say that. But I want to start a neighborhood. I'm going to give it a neighborhood. Community.
Yeah.
I don't want to say eco village though, bro, because it's like, there's just a part of that where I don't see it like catching the modern stream. Like, I feel like it's for like a certain type of people. That's like people that kind of already see it necessarily, like me. I don't think like you're gonna convince many people with the style that they got. That's why I approached you before, like with the situation that like how I see it, where it's like you show people through like mainstream media, whatever it is, social media. You show them the progress built, you know, and you try to explain the image, and you like set up a system for these people to come in and participate, give them land, give them home, give them shelter, build things, and like try to show it more. But like I was showing you pictures of them people before. They have a great idea, but it's kind of like post dated. You know, a lot of the things are old, and like the way they go about things, like they have like, you know, the community gets together and like they have like a dance night or something like that, and it's like you think that's a good idea till you see it, and it just kind of looks like an old ballroom type of thing, you know, where like I would like to bring a lot more excitement to it. Like I was talking to Kate,
build community, but like not like, you know,
like I want to have a lot of excitement. So like once I build a neighborhood or something like that, or you know, a couple of houses, I want to do like a lot of things. Like if I had a creek, I would try and build like a blob there. I would try to put like a slides there, a swing. I would try and build like an ATV course. You know what I mean? Like have swinging, to have zip lines. You know, try to use like all these ideas to make it exciting too, because you want these people to like enjoy their time in their life there, you know, and feel like, okay, I'm working hard, but I also have all this enjoyment that's free at my disposal.
Exactly.
You know,
because you're working
keep
hard
it fun. Keep it
exactly,
fun.
yeah. Because you're working hard.
You don't want it to just be about work.
No, not at all. In survival, you know?
And things like an ATV course, that's easy to build. That don't even take money. Like you can level that out.
As I'm saying, if people are putting money into the community, you know, you can just literally have like you probably would have like maybe like a little bobcat on anyway, you know?
That's one of the hardest problems I had is like, how do you decide that? Because if you listen to a lot of them eco villages, a problem is they're expected to provide their own income. And they're like, it's kind of hard. You know, I don't spend much money, but it's hard for me to bring in money.
Yeah.
They're sell like chicken feathers, eggs, shit like that, you know? But it's hard for them to really make money.
I think how you could build a better economy there, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what you would need. Mm-hmm. You would need a nice circulation of money there.
That's why I like the idea of, it don't sound the best, but you tell people, look, you come here with X amount, $5,000, $7,000, you never got to make another dollar. You never work for another dollar again. And basically, I see that's what I don't want it to be like culty though. You know what I mean? I don't want people to think like it's like, oh, I'm giving this money and like I'm doing things with it. You know, but like I would like to like take that $7,000. Everybody brings $7,000. We get 10 people. That's $70,000. It's like, okay, now we buy Tomco. You know what I mean? We buy wood.
You buy Tomco.
Yeah, man.
You buy Mike Tomco.
Mike Tomco, dude.
You buy him.
Tom Cat. You know what I mean? You get what I'm saying though? And then like from there, it's like it's our responsibility basically to provide money from there.
Got you.
You know, but I don't want to sound like that person that's like, oh, give me money to come here.
But I mean, you do need that. You know,
you need that
unless you make enough personally,
or you tell them make your own money.
You know.
So those people, when they get there, like at that one I sent you, that rabbit one,
yeah,
they pay $10,000 for that lot, and then it's theirs. You know what I mean? So they don't pay like property tax. They don't pay for nothing like that. Yeah, and they build their own homes because there's no code violation, so they'll build their homes. So they don't pay anything. They have no overhead. You know what I mean? So like families there, there's families of four that will live off $800 because they have nothing else to pay for.
That's very interesting, man.
But I think that takes a lot of like fun out of it for people. Well, like I want people to feel like they can still like we can still go buy an ATV.
Like
you know what I mean?
Yeah, like this is for them too, you know?
For all of it, it's fun. I want it to be fun more than anything, bro. It's like, wow, I want to live there, right? So before that, what would Newell want? Well, before anything, I want like a rope swing. I want a blob. I want an ATV course. You know what I mean?
Day,
I want to go have fun, bro. I don't want to just work for fucking 10 years to build this place. Like,
you want to go and do some shit.
Yeah.
You want to have fun and enjoy the community and the surroundings and the nature. You want to do all that type of shit. You don't want to just work, you know? This is the point of us getting out here in this village.
Exactly.
You know,
just like, hey, look, we're gonna spend $600 a piece. Go get some 3-wheelers, just so we can tear up this land we got.
Yep.
And use it to get around. You know, like
you get around the whole community with that bitch, bro.
Have some damn fun.
You know, it makes this a really interesting concept. You know, because I mean, people are trying to put it into work. You know, people are trying to get it to work, man.
All over the world.
Yeah. And someone's gonna succeed in doing that, you know.
The rabbit, they did it. Think about that.
They do have it, yeah.
They left. They left, Steve, and it's still going on by people that didn't start it. So whatever you say about them, they did good. You know what I mean? They're not a cult by any mean. People wanted to stay there. They're gone. They're living other lives.
Yep.
But people are like, yeah, you guys got a good fucking idea. At least I want to live like this for now.
But still not perfect. That's why I'm saying, like, you know, like someone's gonna like have that like ultimate like community going down, bro. Like with all these different evolutions, because there's no blueprint on a proper way to do this type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Everyone's gonna come up with their own economy and system on how they do things. The car sharing is awesome.
Mm-hmm. And kitchen sharing.
That was a great idea. Yep. And the kitchen share. Awesome idea.
Community garden.
Mm-hmm.
Plus personal garden.
Yeah.
Both.
You need a basketball court.
Sorry. You need a basketball court.
Sorry. We need competitive. We need action here, man. We need to have fun. Like you said, man. We need to have amenities for us to enjoy it while we're working here. That's what it's all about, right?
Tell me more things you want.
More things I want? I mean, if you're by water, you definitely want to have a fucking boat. Definitely want to have a motherfucking boat so you can enjoy some water shit. Maybe a jet ski. That shit would be fire. The dirt bikes, the ATVs, the car share program, you want to have that. The kitchen share, perfect. You got to build community centers, game areas, blacksmith. I mean, like, you really just want like the ultimate avenues for creation. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to have an arts building, bro. Literally, man. You want to have like an arts building.
Liking your ideas.
Yeah, you want to have an arts building. You want to have all that type of shit, bro. You just want people to do it. Thank you very much. You want all these people to have these avenues to spend their time.
A little sauce.
Bring the snacks down.
We got fucking Tyson vs. Jones going down. What are your ideas, though? What do you like? So you like the blob idea, ATV course, basketball court. Anything you can think like out of the box?
That could really overall improve the place.
Straight up escape room, something like that. You know what I mean? Video game, arcade.
I said game room, bro.
Game room, bro.
Game room.
Old games. I want the old games.
Shit, like if you're by water, you also want to have like boats and like jet skis.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, I think you also want to organize community trips. You know what I'm saying? Like everyone gets into the cars that we got. We go to the fucking beach.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, I mean community like shit too. You can throw. You can have like you could have like that community had a ballroom. You know what I mean? Where like, you could throw a party on a Saturday and be like invite people from outside our town too to come experience what we got going on.
Community party, bro.
I always said, bro, I get those acres. Say I get 10 acres, bro. You know what I'm doing? I'm throwing raves, Steve. I'm throwing fucking big dub, bro. I got the land.
Yeah, you do.
I get the permits. Now I got revenue.
Like it's weird to do that at your house.
My house could be on 1 acre. I could be 8 acres away. You know what I mean? That's a far distance, bro.
I like it.
Yeah.
I do like the idea.
Yeah, bro.
Big dub, bro. Man.
Big dub.
That'd be cool. That'd be an awesome revenue generator.
Yeah.
Man.
And
you sell the drugs there.
People don't want to hear it, but I'll sign some illegal immigrants up in there, bro. I'm getting me a taco truck going. I want that old grandma. I want that aunt cooking those fucking authentic ass tacos, bro. I want to be known for food too, man.
You sell your own drugs there, man. Tell you. Come out real big.
Grow mushrooms on your couch shit.
Yeah.
Natural.
See, now you're thinking, bro.
Grow weed. Matt.
You want to be known for food too, though? You want to have like a restaurant?
No, not known for food, but I want to have good food. Food brings a lot of excitement to people's lives. It makes you motivated to do better, you know? You want to work harder when you know you get off. You got 3 tacos, frijole, and rice right for you. You know what I mean? Something like that. Like, you're just excited to be like, okay, I know I'm a meal. When you have your food situation, shelter and food, when those two are figured out, humans are at their best. That's why people say, like, maybe the basic income thing is good. Because you don't got to worry about where you're going to sleep tonight. And you don't got to worry about what you're going to eat today. And you're able to be better. You're able to be creative, you know, work harder on things, chase other things.
I'm real big on it, man. We need to have there needs to be like a really big experiment done with U.S. population somewhere, man.
What do you think? $1,000?
Yeah, try it. See how it goes.
It's crazy though, because $1,000 don't even pay my rent.
But if it goes good, but puts a big dent in it.
Me and my girl, now $2,000.
Mm-hmm.
Now I pay my rent.
Yep. There you go.
We gotta get in relationships.
And then from there, once you start experimenting with stuff,
bro,
you can increase or decrease the amount and see how it goes.
You know what I never thought about? Extortion from universal basic income. Think about it just like in prison, bro, when you know you're getting commissary. I know you get $1,000 a month, boy. And I'm right over top of your fucking neck down on Edmondson on the first when we all get paid saying, pull your shit out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, fund a lot of shit, bro.
Yeah, bro. Pull your shit out, boy. Your shit mine. 6 of y'all. 6 of y'all little bitches. Pull y'all shit out right now. You know what I mean? Why won't stop at that? The mob or something? Stack. You know what I mean? I know you got a stack, bitch. On the second, you get a stack just like everybody else. Your last name's S. You get it on the third.
Plus, I mean, you're also probably giving criminals the checks too.
Now we're getting somewhere.
Not what everyone wants to hear, man. You know?
Not what everyone wants to hear at all.
My little child molester Chomos, if I can get $1,000 a month.
Ideally, he'd be in jail, but yeah.
I mean, they get that all day, bro. They're around us in the communities, collecting welfare, disability. They get it all, man.
Remember how I tell you about how the cases get solved, bro?
What do you mean?
I told you before how a lot of cases get solved. And it's from good fucking people doing good fucking work. And I got another one for you. There's this little girl that goes missing, long story short, like I always say. Mm-hmm. They believe they know who did it, right? They come to his house and they search his whole land. They ended up finding some bones. So they're like, dig up here. They found a fucking dog, bro. And they're like, fuck. But the guy that dug it up, bro, won't stop digging. Goes deeper. Hits 6 USBs, bro. USB drives. This is a couple years ago, back when people had those.
Okay.
Over 8,000 images of child porn. One of them has a picture of Shorty in it that links her to another area location where they go and check for blood and shit. The blood ends up being there. They're able to link it back to the guy, bro. Long story short. All from that one guy just saying, nah, dig deeper. So this motherfucker with the child porn and shit, who the fuck buried? He put 8,000 images. Just think about how much that is, first of all, right? That's gigabytes. Gigabytes of fucking data of child porn. Downloads on this thing, and he's like, I gotta hide this. So he puts it in the ground, and then he's like, well, he might come looking for it one day if I get caught up doing some shit. So I'll put a dog body on top of it, hoping that they found a dog body. Like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
But there's that one guy, just that one day. Might have called in sick that day, bro. You know what I mean? Might have went to a different office. Might have quit that job. Anything. But there's that one guy's just like, dig deeper. And you just find this shit, bro, that links you to a fucking child murderer rapist and proves it. And at that point, that's when I told you we got 100% confirmation it's him. Does the family want him alone? Or should the government decide? That's the only question. And that's like, I'm alone. You know, I picture that like one of my family members. I'm just like, I'm calling you up. You know what I mean? I'm like, bro, look, it is what it is, Steve. I got this guy alone. It is what I told you the situation. I got this guy alone. You're not rolling with me?
You can probably make it a job, bro.
They're gonna put him in. They're gonna put him in a cell, and it's up to us if we want him handcuffed behind his back or not. You know what I mean? I'm just like, I don't care about giving him a fair fight. I want him handcuffed.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? I want him handcuffed. I'm like, Steve, bro. You know, say like did something to whatever, whoever, one of our loved ones, bro. You know what I mean? And you just called me, just like, once you come, I'm just like, coming, bro. We're gonna fucking beat this dude's face in, Is it gonna help? No, it's gonna help nothing. But that motherfucker got what he deserved. I know that. That motherfucker got what he asked for.
100%, man. That's all I want to see, man.
Yeah.
I'm.
You can picture something like that happen to someone you love, a little girl, a little boy you love, bro. Like, I went out to urban area today with her little nephew Gio, and if I heard something like that, I'll obliterate someone. You know what I mean? I would die, bro. I would go to jail forever. Like I'm so hyper paranoid because I listen to so much of shit. Like I even had a sketchy moment in Urban Area where like he wanted to go in there, and it's like he's at the point now where like I really don't have to follow him into the bathroom.
Yeah.
Before he would go with Kay into the woman's bathroom, he's getting a little old. He's like about to be 7, so it's like he's getting older now. I was like, I don't want to follow him into the bathroom. I'm like, go in there and piss. And like, as soon as I let him in there, another man comes in behind, like an older man. And I'm just like, nah. I'm just like, nope. I'm like, I'm going in, bro. So I go in there and I'm just like looking at him through the stall and she'll just act like I'm washing my hands. You know what I mean? Like, I go back outside because I think like he's coming. So I go back outside and I'm waiting. And like 20 seconds go by, I'm like, nope. I'll go back in there, bro. I'm like, G, you got it. I mean, like, let's go. You are like, you know what I mean? I'm just not risking it, bro. I don't give a fuck, bro. And I looked at that guy, and he looked like a generally old man that was just happy, not gay at all, nothing. You know what I mean? But I'm just like, you ain't getting the chance, dog. You ain't getting the chance. You know what I learned, bro? I recently learned the difference between a child molester and a pervert. You know what it is?
What?
This is how they defined it. So they say a child molester is someone that preys on weakness. They like for someone to be more vulnerable, so to be easily taken advantage of, someone they can overpower. So a lot of times child molesters, they're also rape and like abuse elderly women, It's like the same thing where like they can't defend themselves and shit like that. And then you have perverts, you know what I mean? Like child perverts, basically. And those people, or pedophiles, child pedophiles, those are people that are attracted to children.
Right.
So technically a child molester, they don't define as someone that's attracted to children. They define it as someone that's attracted to weakness, that they're not attracted to, but to someone that they view as weak, someone they can overpower. They get off on that. Well, like a child pedophile, they get off on there being a child. You know what I mean? Don't got nothing to do with a weakness or nothing like that. That's how they define it. I never knew that. I just kind of grouped them together.
I mean, it's just like I don't think too in depth with it. I'm just like, bro, you're a fucking a piece of shit. It's like, you're a child molester, pervert, whatever the fuck you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever name you want to give it, I can give a shit less. I know what you do. I know what you're about, motherfucker. And for me, that's the big thing. I mean, like, I've come around to like, like more of like what you're saying, because because like I'm not saying I get it, but I understand, man. I understand, and
it's murder, bro.
Nah, it's coming from a place of like, what else do we do? What other solution can there be had? What else do you try? Remember we had one of our guests we had on here. We had Grant talking on here. He was talking about rehabilitation, type of deal. And it's like,
right,
how far can that go? Because people relapse.
Here's my thing, right? Because we don't need. Let's talk about real rehabilitation. Can you really rehabilitate the person that it happened to? If your loved one experienced a brutal rape or any rape of any faction of that, can you ever get them over that? Can you ever get them to forget about what happened? No. It lives with them. It's a life sentence. So anyone that instills that violence or instills that into someone else, it should be a life sentence also, or a death sentence. That's not up for anyone to decide. That's not God's decision. That's not my decision. That's the decision that person made when they decided to take someone else's innocence, when they decided to overwrite human violations. You broke the human moral code, and now you receive the highest penalty. The only way you could ever learn is consequence. You're never going to be able to be taught through rehabilitation or any type of rehab to not want this. So we have to end that evil. I once heard that it's not bad to end evil. When you establish that evil is in someone, you shouldn't feel bad about extinguishing that evil. That is a pleasure of good. That is a good an action of good faith. I just read.
Well, you had to. I was gone. Yeah, so I mean, I am with you. You know, I mean, like, because like I said, I told you before a lot about my thought process before. It was all thinking of it, like trying to think of it like very logically. You know what I'm saying? Like trying to be like smart and find ways that to work around it. And I believe that was the way that you had that like you should go about it, because then what separates that from like we have to in my mind, like we have to move forward in society, not like move backwards or something like that. That's how
Anyone
you
who
should think
says that,
about it.
right, though, but you're like, a lot of people say that, right? But then I say, you say it to any person in the world, then I say, okay, someone brutally raped your daughter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're going to look them in the eyes and forgive them?
Mm.
You're going to look them in the eyes and forgive them?
There's no one, no.
Never, right?
No one said that.
Okay,
No,
right. Never. You can't, right? No one ever
right.
say that, right?
Right.
And then you look at your daughter, right? Say your daughter, I hate to say it, but let's just say hypothetically, not even hypothetically, imagine your daughter experienced a brutal rape, bro. Could you ever get your daughter over that?
No.
Your daughter will live with that, right?
Yeah, no.
So why would that man do a 7-year sentence,
I
right?
get what you're saying, man. That's like I said. I was just saying that. That was just the thought process originally. You know what I'm saying? That's it. That's all I was saying. You know.
It's just a bothersome thing, man, because I know a lot of people. I mean, we've been through it time and time again,
Yep.
but I've told you my story of like I know so many people that were affected by it, and I see what it did.
Yeah.
It's a life sentence, bro.
And you had to do something about it.
It's weird, man. That's a weird thing.
What?
Figure it out. That's what I'll say. Even if you have those urges, figure it out. And the weird thing is, bro, is like I sit here and I say it all day, but I keep honesty. Like I'm always honest, bro. And I will literally. I know people don't want to hear this, but men are attracted to things naturally that they see. So you can show a 16-year-old girl that has huge titties and huge ass, and a man can get erect. I know people don't want to hear that, but it's true. You're not thinking about age. You're looking at the body, and you just naturally get erect. You make a conscious decision, just like when you have a girlfriend and you go see another girl you want to fuck.
Yeah.
You're just like, I have a girlfriend, so I don't fuck. That's a child, so I'm not going to be attracted to that. But you can't fight natural urges. Like at the end of the day, like to get erect, that doesn't make you, I think, a child pedophile. You know what I mean? You're not a child molester. It's the ability to say, that's wrong, and I know it's wrong, and I'm not going to pursue that course. Same thing as if you see a drunk woman.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you say, I'm not going to sit here and try to have sex with her because she's too drunk. It's you make a conscious decision that this is wrong, and you don't do it.
Exactly. And you don't let I hate when you hear people where it's like, they talk about like the urges, you know what I'm saying? It's just like I don't want to hear like you're too weak to fight that type of thing, you know what I'm saying? Because there are people out there that go out there, they're not.
If you're too weak to fight that urge, you're gonna really be too weak to fight me. I'm not even saying I'm some type of badass. You know what I mean? Like somebody will rape anybody. Somebody will rape Mike Tyson's daughter. You know what I mean? There should be a consequence you got to pay. I sent you that video. I don't know if you watched it, but it was about that dad. He was found guilty twice of killing his family. Did you see that one I sent you? You might not watch it. It was a real crime one. So this dad comes home from a basketball game, a high school basketball game. He comes in the garage. Damn, sorry. And the SUV's car door open, bro. Both his kids are dead. His wife's there dead. There's shoes on top of the door. There's like a bunch. I'm not even getting all the details, but people are dead, right? And he calls up and he's like, bro, somebody killed my family and everything. He ends up getting found guilty for it, bro. Then I'm saying he did it and shit. He gets found guilty, right? So after that, the weirdest thing about this case is there was a sweatshirt left there. So the sweatshirt ends up getting tied up to another person that he bought a gun off of. I guess was scoping his family ever since he basically bought that gun.
Right.
Must have seen his wife and his kids, bro, and was like, I'm going for it. Come to find out this guy had prior charges. So this guy, right, they're like, this guy has DNA evidence there. They're like, oh, he did it. So he says, I did it, but I did it with the father. Because that's basically all he got. You know what I mean? He's like, I did it with the father. They find him guilty again, bro, of killing molesting and raping his little daughter, raping his wife and killing her and killing his son. And, this whole time, he does, like, hella time in prison, bro. The third time his trial comes, he gets found innocent, bro, and gets out. Dude served, like, over 10 years, basically, for killing his own family and raping his own family on some fake shit. It's crazy, bro.
Yeah, 100%, man. It's definitely wild because you have the state or the federal government who seem to crack down really hard in some scenarios, but not in others. I mean, like that one was like the details of the third trial where he found guilty. I mean, they found innocent.
The third one, he was found innocent because at this time they realized that fucking guy was lying. The second time, he should have been found innocent. This guy was DNA linked to the fucking case, bro. He had nothing to do with the father. Nothing to do. He just sold him a gun. That's it. They were not friends. They didn't talk, nothing. His DNA was linked to the case. So at that point, he's like, I'm going away for life. Like, they have me at the crime scene.
Yeah.
So he says the father is the one that did the murders, that he helped put away the bodies and shit, but the father did the murders, hoping that one day he can get out. So the second time, they believe him. And they find the father guilty, bro. And then they keep fighting and keep fighting. And eventually, they redo the case. And finally, they believe the father and let him out. And if you look at all the evidence, it clearly shows, bro. At first, I thought the father was guilty. The father is not guilty, dog. There's way too much evidence linking this guy to the case. The shit that he did, like, there's so much little details. Like, he had a foot fetish, bro. He took her shoes off and shit. He bruised her feet. He put her shoes up on top, like it was SUV. Like, things like that. You know what I mean? Like, things that the father would never fucking do,
Exactly,
bro.
man, right.
The father has witnesses that he was at the basketball game. The cell phone shows that he was at the basketball game. Like, it's just over and over. They just found him guilty, bro.
So dad went away.
Dad went away for like over 10 years. Was good at first. Then the second time they convicted both of them because he said he did it with them. Then the third time they let the dad away and convicted the guy.
Gotcha. Finally,
but the guy did over 10 years,
I mean, you finally got it right though,
Mike fucking Tyson, bro.
Look at this guy, man.
What? Are we watching Mike?
Look at his face though, man. Doesn't that look odd? Look at his face though, man.
I'm not even trying to make a racial comment. He does not look good right now. But
right?
He literally looks like he's like the ultimate like war gorilla. You know what I mean? Like, he's like the gorilla that been through the most wars that walks around with like the marks on his face. You know, everybody knows like, okay, you can try to take him, but
the scars are
here, take something with you.
The scars are a story.
Every fight, he takes something out of you.
We're about to see, bro. We're about to see what happens here, man.
Well, like they say with that guy Felder, like Paul Felder has a crazy streak of any time he ever fought someone, they never won the fight afterwards.
Just a confidence killer.
He just always does damage. You know what I mean? It's like, it doesn't matter if you won the fight or not. He did enough damage to like affect you. I say every time you step in the ring, you lose something in your life,
Well, here we go, man. Tyson Jones.
Wow. Round one. Here we go, people.
I never thought we'd be sitting here watching this type of thing, like.
Oh, so I never got into that part. Damn it.
What?
So I told you about Roy. So basically when Roy was a heavyweight, right? The rumor was that he was offered 40 mil to fight Tyson.
Yeah.
It wasn't true, but that was the rumor. Tyson ended up going away for rape, and the fight never happened.
Oh, okay. Originally, when they were supposed to fight.
Mm-hmm.
Look at these guys. They look good, though.
Yeah, they do. He's throwing, bro.
Tyson's throwing, man.
He's throwing for sure.
This is just so interesting. I don't even know why, man. As someone who's never seen Tyson fight live.
Right. Same.
It's just very interesting. You hear about this guy.
It looks real right now.
Oh, yeah.
Right? It looks like they're really fighting, right?
What was that?
This face does look weird, though. I agree with you.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just looked odd. But he looks strong. He looks quick.
It looks like he wants to cry.
Yeah, like he was upset being here today.
Yeah.
8 rounds, man. This is like they cashed in. That's all I know. Jab looking good.
Yeah. So I think Tyson's getting 10 mil and Roy's getting 3.
Jeez. Then Roy was like, I'm fucking fighting him though, man. I don't give a shit, you know.
Well, if everything goes to plan for Roy, damn, you can see they're on their shit tonight. They're usually not on their shit this much. It's for the big events. They were like this with Anthony Joshua too.
Yeah, I'm sure, man.
If everything goes to plan, if Roy wins this fight, he fights Anderson Silva in a boxing match.
Who?
Roy Jones fights Anderson Silva in a boxing match.
What?
After this.
So if Roy wins, or if just like
not whoever wins, just if Roy wins.
Oh wow. Anderson Silva. I guess we're in that age now, bro. We're moving to that age now.
Anderson tried to sign with everybody.
I'm all for it, bro. I love this type of entertainment.
Anderson signed with everybody, bro, and they turned him down.
I love this type of entertainment.
Bellator turned him down. ONE FC turned him down. Well, ONE FC said they would take him, but I don't think it's happening. PFL turned him down. Bare Knuckle turned him down. Bare Knuckle takes everybody. They turn him down. A lot of people just don't want to promote that, you know. They're worried, basically, that he's going to come get knocked out or something.
That's why I won't do anything with him?
Yeah.
Y'all make an avenue for money somehow, you know. I'll fight Roy Jones Jr. You know, fuck it.
You fight Roy for a mil?
Yeah. I'll do it.
That's basically saying, will you get knocked out for a mil, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You will?
Yeah.
Will you get knocked out by Mike Tyson for a mil?
You gotta give me a little bit more. I gotta take more of a purse, bro. But they're giving 3 mil to Roy to fight. But he's not gonna get knocked out.
He's Roy Jones.
Exactly.
How do you know he's not gonna get knocked out?
I feel weird asking enough for as much money as Roy Jones. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get knocked out. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
well, hold up. We're not talking about an 8-round exhibition.
Oh no, you just
for you. We're talking about 12-round championship fight.
I mean, let's be bro. It's not going past 1. I don't think, bro.
With you?
With Tyson? I'm not gonna make it around with Tyson. Like, goddamn.
I just love talking it. I just love talking shit that don't make no sense.
I'm like, yeah. I feel like an idiot if I sat here and we're just like,
right now, that Tyson you just seen,
bro. I mean, like, don't know, man. I don't know. So you take my shit, bro. I don't know. I don't practice boxing.
No, no, bro. You don't throw no punches.
I just get knocked out.
No, you just evade. You know what
I get that.
Could you evade for 3 minutes? Your ring generalship?
You're getting some, bro. You're catching some, man. Come on.
Your ring generalship.
You are catching some.
Bro, look at me. Look at me. Look at my stiff jab and my ring generalship. My footwork. I think I can keep moving. Look at me. Look at me. Bro. Look, he's not catching me this way. I'll put this.
Still think you're getting knocked out.
Look, once I put this up,
how many rounds do you think you're going?
I can. No, I'm just sounding stupid right now. But I'm saying there's a chance you could last. There's a chance you could last 3 minutes.
I'm trying
from running.
To avoid to be
just
like,
run.
I can go 3 rounds.
Whenever he gets close, grab him and run. Like legit run. Legit run. Like if that's what I always say. Like
I got you, man.
Listen, Steve. I
got you.
Listen, I want you, when somebody asks you questions like these in the future, I want you to think about what I'm saying right now. You always have to establish details. You do. Because you know what I mean? Like if you're saying, okay, I got to fight Mike Tyson for $1 million. Can I get DQ'd? You know, do I still get my $1 million? Because I'll just run.
Well, that's the thing.
Like I'll literally run, Steve. Like this.
You start asking questions. That's what I was like. No, you can't get DQ'd. You start really rolling out your options for like really winning that bet.
Okay, then I want the Roy money.
Exactly. See,
Roy got 3. I went 2.
Give me 2.5. Come on, like, and give me a more if I make it past round 3. Okay, come on, give me something.
Oh, you want incentives in your contract? That's man. Funny. You ain't heard a thing about Antonio Brown, ain't
give
it?
Me something, man.
Oh, just been quiet.
The Bucks.
Just playing, but he's been quiet. His agent's like, don't say a fucking word. Just shut the fuck up and play.
That's weird shit. Don't rap. Don't do nothing.
Do no shit. Don't do no interviews.
Just play football.
Just play football. Shut the fuck up.
And you'll make a bag. Do all that weird shit when you're retired. It's just,
yeah,
though, man. Do all the weird shit when you're done. Who gives a fuck when you're done, bro?
You know what's crazy with him is how they showed, like he really started getting weird after he took that hit from who was it? Was it Perfect? He came across on a slant. He got a helmet to helmet that laid him.
His big hit, yeah.
That blew him out, bro. Yeah. And they said after that, like he really did get weird. And I've heard that time and time again. You hear that all the time.
That's a hell of a hit.
I know someone, bro, who when they were a kid, they took a fucking hit to the head from a car. And you know what? Yo, they got $8,000 a year till they were 21. That crazy? That happened when he was like 6 or 7.
That's nice.
Yeah, right?
That's
but
nice, yeah.
It changed him, bro. And he had like impulsive decisions, like didn't think things through and shit like that. You know what I mean? Them traumatic brain injuries.
There's someone we know, something like that. You know what I mean? Like that's a very real thing. You know, it affects your thinking patterns. You know what I'm saying? It affects how you think. You know, it affects your.
They say Roseanne, right? That's what Joe always says. Roseanne. That happened to Roseanne. And that happened. Yeah, she got hit by a car, and it happened to somebody else. But after that, your brain just it ain't meant to rattle like that, boy.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's ever meant to get hit by a car. Because cars didn't ever.
Even when you see like how strong people are, though, like I watched a KO the other day, a street KO of this guy that just like I mean, they were arguing, so I guess it's technically not a sucker punch if you're arguing.
Yeah.
But basically, he was like, the boy just kept going, and he hit him with a left, Steve. That's like one of them ones that's just like, what the fuck, bro? Like, he hit him with so much power, just the whole body, straight left, right to the face, and just folded mans, bro. You know what I mean?
Folded mans,
you know what I mean? Just folded mans, bro. And I'm just like, holy fucking shit, bro. I don't think that guy will ever be the same. They say that about fighters, bro. Like, after they take that whoop, they said that about Tony Ferguson, So we're going to see December 12th when we go live for it.
I mean, for real, though. Like, I'm not sure.
When you listen to, like, that Tony Ferguson-Justin Gaethje fight, bro, and you hear the audio, just the sounds, bro, you don't know how a man can stand when something that hard hits him, bro. Like, you hear them Justin Gaethje sounds, Joe, it's like a bat, bro. It's literally like a bat hitting Tony in the face, and Tony just takes it. And takes it. Tony never went down one fucking time, bro. And Justin just hits him with bats, bro.
Smacking, bro, every time.
And you're just like, bro, that's not a guy you want to fight, though. You know what I mean? Like, you hit him with everything, and it's like the ref had to stop that fight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Tony never stopped, dude. I always think about go back to ape style, bro. You know what I mean? You're just two monkeys out there, and you're just like, look, I think I can beat that guy, but he won't fucking stop, bro.
And, I think about how these repeated hits, like, I mean, like, you start seeing, like, the CTE, but, like, it's weird to think that, like, you'll be at a point where, like, your brain has decayed and you're alive. Like, it's degenerative, bro. Like, your brain has died in some areas and like disappeared, man. Like, that's just like, that's the type of damage it does. So your brain has to work in other ways.
You lost time.
Other paths, you know what I'm saying? So those paths can cause more impulsive thinking, or and shit like that. So I could understand how someone can get hit by something, especially a car. You get hit by a fucking 1,200-pound vehicle.
Any car crash, bro. 60, 70 miles a fucking hour.
Whiplash. That's the crazy. Your spine moves in a way to where, like, it's like a whip effect where your head comes up and smashes back, and it's like all the energy just rocks right here. It's so wild.
You're lucky your fucking neck don't break, bro. Exactly, God damn.
That's the whiplash, bro.
You just think about how that thing's on a fucking swivel, bro. That thing's not on much of control,
Not meant for cars.
Yeah.
You do the best to try and secure the neck in a car, but
that's how they say, like, them drunk people handle it the best because they're just like free, it's like, or like we tense up and then it's like,
yeah, you just bounce around.
I can imagine somebody saying you broke your fucking neck, bro. I'm like, what the fuck? What do you mean? Like,
can I walk?
Right.
Like, can I walk? So not fucking kill me.
That was like one of the saddest ones with Ryan Shazier. Like, after he did that hit, I watched that live, bro. And you just see him. He like flips himself over, and like you can see him like trying to move his legs, and he's just like, "These ain't moving, bro. Like my legs ain't moving."
That's
like
probably the scariest fucking feeling in the world.
Oh, we've all been through it though before, right? Where your shit fell asleep.
Mm-hmm.
You've had something fall asleep where you're just like, you don't know if it's coming back, bro. I've had,
kill it.
yo, I literally had an arm I slept on one time for like 2 hours, dude. And when it came back, like literally, like you know how you've dealt with it before. I was like 5 minutes went by, bro, and I'm like, this is what it feels like to be a vegetable. I'm a fucking vegetable. You know what I mean? I only couldn't feel one arm for 1 second. You know, basically, and like 10 minutes later, you're like, oh, beat your dick with it.
Hell no, bro. That shit's wild, man. I don't ever want to feel some shit like that. Like I said, if I'm paralyzed, shout out to people who are paralyzed and they live with it. But I mean, like, man, I would just want to. If I'm paralyzed, I can't move anything from the neck below. Just kill me, man. I'm sorry. Just get rid of me.
That's how you feel, no matter what. What about if you had kids?
What can I do for them, bro?
Teach them?
Yeah, I'm paralyzed. I feel like I'm going to be miserable. Off me. I don't know, man.
You think so for real?
That's how I feel. I don't know, man. I just don't want to live life like that.
But you got so much wisdom to give your kid. Like, you got a newborn baby. Come on.
Yeah.
You're living, right?
Yeah, I mean, it even seems like it'd be even tougher, bro. You're just watching.
Yeah, that's what that movie I was just telling you about was about, where it's like the guy got life and he literally had a newborn baby. And at first, he's like, I don't even want you to bring him up here because it's like, and then eventually, like, months go by and he's like, well, all I really can be is like what I can be through these walls, basically.
Yeah.
But I can be something. Even I am through this. So he eventually tries to become part of it. And the mom's like, he don't see you. He don't see those walls. He just sees his dad, So it becomes a point where it's like, damn. Like, if you had a choice, right? Like you said, Steve, right now, would you want your dad to die? Or do you want a paralyzed dad? A paralyzed dad, dude.
But I would just be like, if he wants to die, it's like.
If he wants to die, it's tough, right? Yeah. But you're like, would you want to say, like, want to die, dad? Like, I'm a baby.
I'm sitting there, I'm like, hey, if you're a baby, you're not sitting there going like, hey, I get it. But me right now, I'm gonna say, hey, I get it. So, bye, dad. But
I get it.
Let's see. Oh, man.
They're on their shit for that one, boy. They got some Saudis or something that paid for some top-notch Korea hacking. Yeah, boy, you know it. Damn, boy.
We saw part of the first round, man.
It was looking good.
I mean, it just sucks. Oh, well, Hey.
The other one will be showing, but I want to watch this. I mean, it's literally refusing us.
You got another one?
Well, this is still going.
Oh, that's the MMA. No,
oh, man.
Yeah, all down right now, bro.
Wow. The only time I ever seen it like this was, like I said, that Anthony Joshua, Andy Ruiz, the second time they fought in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
That's why I said Saudi Arabia. They're like on their shit, man. They're shutting it down. I think it'd be cool to be a hacker, but then it's also like you're a loser. Like, you are a loser because just for you to get like that far, you spend so much time on a computer.
I have to go hack.
You spend so much time on a computer, though.
Go hack.
How many hours did you put on a computer? You didn't do nothing fun. You didn't go to Stacy's party in 10th grade. You know what I mean?
That,
Yeah, but you didn't live. You didn't live. You didn't live. I'm sorry. No matter what you said, you didn't live, dude. You lived through a computer screen.
I get what you're saying.
You know what I mean? It's like, but it would be cool being like, I just broke down a firewall. Oh, easy password.
Crazy shit, man. Like,
you ever see Hackers? You ever see that movie?
No.
But got Wolverine in it?
It was a story that supposedly happened where like there's this huge Bitcoin wallet that the dude died and no one knows how to get into this dude's Bitcoin wallet. And apparently someone hacked into it and stole $2 million in Bitcoin or some shit, which is like 5 Bitcoins. But it's just, I mean, you do. I mean, I remember there was one where they stole money from the Bank of Thailand, crazy shit, bro.
That's wild.
With, that type of
I was talking about Bitcoin the other day where it's like, at one point Bitcoin was at $1,200, bro. Everybody was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
That's $17,000 now.
One Bitcoin.
That's $17,000, Steve.
Yep.
I should have bought it at 12 if I could have. You know what I mean? I could have bought it at 12. Steve, and made $5,000.
At one point, they were literally worth $4.
Flip my Tesla stock to buy Bitcoin.
Early on, bro.
It's unheard of, bro. That's so much money. That is so stupid amount of profit that I've never even. You can go on Robinhood, bro. You don't see nothing better than Bitcoin.
There was this one kid. He
5 years up $16,000.
200 Bitcoins or 500 Bitcoins for
How is Bitcoin a stock?
He's like $1 million. It's not a stock. It's a digital currency that's openly traded now.
It's the highest thing traded, though, right? It's got to be
as a virtual currency.
As period, right? It's higher than any stock.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean,
it's higher than all of our currency.
Bitcoin's worth $17,000, whereas like
over now.
Technically, a share price is like that's every dollar in share price is $1 billion in valuation. So
what?
Yeah.
$1 billion?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Like Palantir.
So a $3 share
is up 17 billion.
So a $3 company is $3 billion in evaluation.
Valuation, yeah. Yep.
That is insane, dude.
I mean, it makes sense, I mean, like, then you think of something like Tesla, It has a huge, it's like $500 billion valuation or something. I have no idea how. Yeah, $500 billion valuation.
So at one point, when it's a 1,200 stock, is that $1.2 trillion stock?
I'm not sure exactly it's the exact valuation. I mean, like, because that's like, because it did split, it did have stock split. So, how much is it really worth then? You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I'm so confused. I get so confused with the stock split. I'm like, how'd you just decide to split the stock?
Amazon's like $3,000. So. How much does that fucking mean, bro?
Right.
This $1 trillion company, like
$3,000, bro.
A share.
At one point they were giving away 2 shares to employees.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
Because I remember Karen was telling me he had them.
They didn't stop doing that.
He quit his job like 4 months before they would have gave it to him.
Because I mean, like, because I remember at one point they were trading like 5 or like something like that, and then I mean that's nice though, because I would just be like, give me those, I'll sell them. It's my phone.
Is that okay?
Give me like, where do you get those? Like, where at one point, like, when's it yours? Where does it sit in your name?
Right.
Because I just don't go on Robinhood and they're just like, oh yeah, there's your 2 shares of Amazon. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I want to sell them bitches and then cash out.
Right.
Like,
maybe you have to transfer it, but you get it. Maybe you can't do it on Robinhood.
That into fucking something else, man. Make some calls or something else,
Yeah, maybe we should all just go work there for 2 years.
Fucking Tesla calls,
That's funny they stopped doing it though, right? They're just like, we're making too much fucking money.
If I had enough money, I would try and buy Tesla calls. I have no idea.
It's funny how much Amazon reflects like that movie I was showing you there with the white voice. It's like eventually like the elite callers, they're selling slave labor to like this company that like basically the company says like, I'll produce anything you produce for a cheaper amount.
Right.
So that's when it gets kind of fictional and starts getting into them like trying to boost people, and they make like horsemen. Because like they're trying to make men like stronger, and faster. They want like just slave basically.
I said horsemen.
Horsemen. That's the best way to say it.
Centaurs.
Yeah, not centaurs, but like standing up horses.
Those are centaurs, I believe.
No, centaur has a horse body and a human.
Is that what you're talking about?
No, I'm talking about standing up on 2 legs. Horse
above the waist,
like a human, but with a horse face, basically.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they were making these things because they were so much stronger and faster.
That's not Minotaur.
And basically, they were just like it was a funny concept though that you could see being real, bro. Where it's like it was this company basically, they're a mass company, $1 billion company, and basically they're just saying whatever you produce, I'll produce it for cheaper than you pay. That's what they're saying. And so, but the problem was like it went into this deeper scheme of like the people that worked there, they were kind of like this prison scheme, where it's like they gave them shelter so they could sleep on site. They gave them food so they ate there. So like they ate, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like a prison type of setup, but people were signing up for it because you could make money and shit.
Yeah.
You ain't got to worry about nothing else.
Human exploitation at its finest. God damn, bro.
That's crazy, man. Oh, God.
On their shit tonight. That's the only thing you can say.
Look, you're a joke. People, I love comments.
Yeah, people are pissed, man.
That kettlebell one was Joe, bro. That was so fucking funny, bro.
Which one?
But it said
kettlebell
more every day.
Yeah, man.
That shit was so fucking fun. I was like, bro, yes, he does. Why doesn't he stop taking TRT, bro? I don't get that. It's like, dude, you're 52 years old.
Yeah,
you're not a fighter. You have no image to maintain.
He's built weird.
Why does he keep doing this?
Well, he does have an image of retain. He wants to be retained as this guy.
You're 52.
He goes out, he gets it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what he wants. He goes, yeah, that's what he wants to do. You know,
you can't hunt elk if you don't do it.
I'll conquer my inner bitch, but like, dude, the TRT, bro, you do so much shit.
I know, right? How do you conquer your inner bitch if you're doing TRT injections? It's like I won the fight on steroids.
He's on some shit.
I just think it's a funny concept, but it means he's just gonna keep. I mean, at what point does he stop doing TRT? That's what I'm saying. At what age? At what age?
When do you stop, bro?
60?
When do you stop?
Never?
He probably never stops, bro. He probably never stops, man.
Wouldn't that be weird as fuck, though?
It seems like it'd be bad for your body, right?
Seems like.
Has to be, you know?
Definitely is bad for your body, dude. He's shooting himself with fucking testosterone, what, once a month, once a week?
It's
for
weird.
fucking 20 years?
Where do you get the testosterone? You just synthetically make it?
I don't know. That's a good question.
You know, you're just not producing, you're not taking someone else's testosterone and putting it in you, you know? Like,
yeah.
So
He's
odd,
like,
man.
he pays for like that 18-year-old, that
tea
18-year-old testosterone.
chopping you, bro. It's so odd. You're not meant to be this old.
And it's like weird. Like if I did that, I wouldn't feel comfortable like bragging about like my physical shape or anything I do really. Because I'm just like, yeah, man. But he is open about it. I can't say that. He's like, yeah, you should. He told Brian Kelly, he's like, you should get on TRT. You know, he's like telling him. So maybe it is like super good, but
sure it's good for old men, bro. You know,
why are you doing that? You know, why are you doing all that?
When I'm old, I'm just ready to chill, die.
It's like it's kind of like a falsehood.
But he's only like 50 something, so
he's like 52, I think.
Clinching on, he's older than that. Yeah,
he's old, bro.
Mm-hmm.
He'll die in next 20 years. All that damn TRT will be in his blood.
I mean, you're hanging on to life, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like you got all this money now.
Yeah, how far would you go, right? Like, say if like it was
especially
legal.
when you have infinite money.
What if I told you it was legal to drink baby blood, aborted fetus's blood, but it was also fact that when you drank it, you reversed your age?
Oh, I'm buying baby blood.
You're buying that baby blood. Seriously, you comfortable with that?
I'm gonna live forever.
How long do you really think you will live for? Max it out. Max it out.
No, I don't want to drink baby blood. I don't.
Max it out though. How many years you want to live like max?
I really don't want to live past like 70, you know? It's like
you don't know till you get there though, right? What if you're like a good 70 and like we're going and we're doing that coke and fake tan shit we talked about?
Like 80.
We're just cokeheads.
80 tops.
How long could me and you do the cokehead, fake tan jewelry thing in Florida?
Look, as long as I'm active, you know. Once I become a piece of shit myself, it's time to go.
Let's say 60 years old. We're the same age. We're basically the same age. 60 years old, we say, hey, bro, we always said we were going to go to Florida, become cokeheads or Vegas or something. Become cokeheads. Get the fucking flower shirts.
Sounds good.
Get the jewelry. How long can we do that for at 60?
What, coke benders? As long as we
we do that for 5 years and you're still alive.
You have a heart attack, bro.
Just keep going.
As long as you have fun.
How would you feel being like 60? Say you're 60 and you're single. Are you comfortable like fucking a 21-year-old girl?
I think at that point I won't give a shit.
18?
And no. 21.
21.
You know?
You don't want to hear teen, right?
No.
20.
No, it was 21. I don't want there to be any doubts or questions asked.
ID.
You know, it's like,
I want real ID.
I mean, like at 60, it's like, bro, it's like I see a badass 21-year-old.
Isn't that weird when guys are like, what if she lied about her age?
So
it's like, well, what if a 10-year-old lied about her age, dude? I can have a 10-year-old that'll tell you she's 30. What are you gonna say? She lied about her age? You know what I mean? I don't understand. I always get so good.
I'm not sure what you said.
But like Grant said that, like that was Grant's argument, you know. It's like
this guy just said, man.
Grant will say like what Grant was saying, but a lot of people say, well, it's like, what if there's like a 16-year-old, right? But like she gets with a guy that's like 25, and she's like, I'm 20. She lies, like she really does. That's the truth. She really does lie, and the guy has sex with her. It's like, well, what if a 10-year-old told you she was 30, and you still had sex with her because she told you was 30? You know what I mean? Like, where are we setting the standards at right there? Man. You know what I mean? I don't want to hear that. Because at the end of the day, it's like, it's up to you to make the right decision, you know?
Have sex with young people.
And also the gap, right? Because there is a gap still. Like, you could have a 17-year-old in Maryland that has sex with a 20-year-old, and it's not against the law.
No.
As long as she consents to it,
Yep.
you know?
Yep.
But if you have a 30-year-old having sex with a 17-year-old, then it's rape.
Yep.
You know, statutory rape, basically.
Yep. Exactly, man. But I mean, you know.
But where do we draw the line there?
If I'm 60, though, I'll be probably fine, you know, banging some 21-year-old.
Okay, so you bang a 21-year-old and you find out she lied. She's 16.
Okay.
What do you do?
In jail. I don't know.
What do you do? I think you should better call if they fucking. But that's what I'm saying. So it's like it's your fault no matter what, though. You know what I mean? It's your fault no matter what. Like, how could it ever be her fault? Like, what I'm saying is, like, as a lawmaker, right? Like, what law is there, bro? Like, who's in the wrong there?
Listen, we knew growing up, we knew girls who were 16, 17, who would be allowed in the bars. You know, I mean, like, at what point do you draw it? You know, it's like, I don't know, man. It's very like, because I have seen some very predatory people out here, you know, that also abuse these types of things as well. So it's not this. It's never. I mean, it's never her fault. You know, I mean, like, I don't know how you make a legislation other than like the way it is. I'm not sure how you really continue that where it's like you always ask for ID or something. I don't know what the fuck you're supposed to do. I mean, I think that's probably a good thing. Always check ID.
There's fake IDs.
There's fake IDs.
Like that ID got her in the club.
Well, you're clear. Like, you can look at it. It's just like, I just want to see if you pull anything out. I just want to see if you pull something out. Okay.
She's like, yeah. You passed. I just said, it's like 17 in 6 months.
I don't know, man.
You know what I mean? Like, I think that like you always just have to blame the person that committed the crime.
That's what I'm saying. How the crime's already done. Like,
because like it's just funny because like if she was 17, right, and she said she was 19, you would be like, all right, well, you kind of are like, okay. But if she's 13 and she says she's 18, now, you're like, come on, dummy.
If you find evidence where, like, oh, you find text messages and she's like talking to someone, she's like, I'm gonna set him up. I'm gonna lie about my age. It's just like, all right, now we have something to talk about.
And she's 12.
Yeah, but she's 12.
You know what I mean? Like, does it matter?
She's 12, man. She's 12.
And a 40-year-old had sex with her, dude.
That's a little different.
Oh, she set him up.
Because they're very clearly 12.
She set him up.
Listen, but she's very clearly 12.
I'm 22. You know?
But she's very clearly 12.
And he's just like, you're 22.
When you get to an age where the line's blurred a little bit, especially 17.
Yo,
you know,
there is a fucking weird guy on YouTube, bro. He fucking is one of them guys that sets people up that like want to have sex with kids and shit. But he pretends to be the kid, dude, and he goes with them. So, like, he goes with, like, this fat, like, David Cashin looking dude, bro. And the guy's like, we can just go over to this park where there's, like, woods and shit. And, like, the whole time he's, like, does this creepy voice of, like, a kid. And he's like, I never did anal. You know, like, this is real, bro. And I'm like, this is fucking creepy,
that
dude.
Guy, man.
And, like, so then they, like, go to the woods. And the guy's like, where do you want to go? You know, and as they're walking, he changes the voice. And he's like, you think you can just come out here and fuck kids? You know, you think out here and just have sex with kids, you know? What do you think? I didn't know who you were, you know? It's like, it's creepy, dude.
Well, so let's do from there. Just like,
he like basically exposes them. Like, they all say the same thing. All of them exposing spots. They're saying, if you leave, I'll call the cops. If you talk to me, I won't call the cops. Because they want views and likes.
Yeah.
They want that, you know what I mean? It's sick. It's pretty sick.
Yeah.
People don't recognize that.
Cops on that shit, bro. It's like, I was like, I'll say that to them and call cops anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
You know,
just like talk. Now I'm calling cops. Yeah.
Exactly. I got it all.
That dude. So he told him, so that guy was like 20. That guy was like 23, 24. And that kid told him he was like 13, 14. And he was going to fuck him in his ass in the woods, bro. There is some sick motherfuckers out here, boy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%, man. That guy is crazy, though, to do that, though, man. Like, to go all the way that far, though. That guy's a wild motherfucker. Like, you know what I was thinking about? I was thinking about, remember that one South Park episode? The one cop was dressed up like a woman. And, like, you know, she was pretending to be like a whore. And she was being pimped out. Well, And I remember like he would actually go through and have sex with the people, and then he'd be like, "Freeze, dirtbags! You're under arrest."
Oh yeah, I do remember. He like give him head. Yeah.
He just goes out there pretending to be a little kid. At 25,
Did you ever see like?
Oh, you just fuck a little kid, huh?
And he did. Did you ever see that rule in like Hawaii? Like it was a big thing at one point where like the cops were fucking the hookers and then busting them because they were allowed to.
Bro,
they had to prove basically they were hookers by fucking them, bro.
The craziest thing that I think I've ever seen was how in that Baltimore City Detention Center, how they had the BGF gang running that
He
shit.
had 3 COs pregnant.
Pregnant, bro. Correction officers pregnant, bro.
You know, I watched the video today where it's like 13 people in a cell. They're blowing a blunt. They're filming with ski mask on.
Listen, I was thinking, I'm sitting there.
They're in buckets.
I'm like, look, this lady works at corrections, and she thought to have sex with these guys. Like, it was like, that's a wild thought process.
Bro, that's not that wild when you really think about it.
But, like, it's something I would never think about.
Like, because you never thought about it. But think about this, Steve, right? The people that are COs, they grew up with the people that are getting booked in those city jails, bro. They had crushes on that boy when he was in elementary. When he was in middle school, they might have fucked before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Outside, and they get in there, and it's this type of freedom where it's like you're the one looking after. And you just, you know what I mean? He is a powerful man. He's still more powerful than probably anybody you're fuck with outside of the ball, outside of there.
It's just wild, man. That's all I know, man. It's just some wild ass shit. I don't even know, man. I'll see his
I don't think they're ever gonna let this go.
FBI, bro.
Yeah, they're on their shit on this one.
FBI straight up. We can see. We're missing a good fight though.
Do we know? We just come back and Tyson's just like. I don't know if we're ever gonna get it at this point, man.
Yeah, I mean, whatever.
It's tough.
So we only got to see most of them. I gotta rewatch the knockout from Nate Robinson too, bro.
We're gonna have to look at a lot of them, man.
Because I mean, that dude got knocked the fuck out.
I don't think they'd be this tough on any other stream, is what I'm saying. I've usually never had this problem, but you can tell, like, obviously for an event like that.
Start going half on them. Make sure you don't got the problem.
I literally never had the problem, so I don't want to pay half because
it's this one. Yeah,
it's any like I said, it's this is the second time I've seen it like that. It's the biggest ones.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They must just be on.
So what's the next one we're looking at?
December 12th, definitely. December 12th.
What card is that?
That's the UFC pay-per-view. That's got like Tony Ferguson and yeah.
What time? What time is like the main?
9. Yeah.
All right.
No, 9
we're
or
going
10.
December 12th. We're going live.
Maybe 9, 10. I think probably 10 o'clock. We'll go main card live.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Get it in. There we go.
Get it in late. We're gonna keep trying for these fights. Any event. You know what I mean? We'll keep getting it. We had another great cast regardless.
These live events coming your way where we try.
Always good to link up with you. You know what I mean?
Love it.
More Warzone dubs. Overcooked. Anybody want to see us on Overcooked? We're down for 2v2 versus. Yeah, if somebody wants it. We love you all. Thank you for keep checking out the cast. Appreciate you. Like, share, subscribe. Stay safe, baby.
Y'all have a good night. Hey.